Already flocking to downtown. They're saving their spots along 4th Avenue for the big Super Bowl victory parade. Police Captain Mark Garth Green says they're bringing in backup volunteers, everyone they can to keep people safe, but they need your help.
So what we encourage with that is stay on the sidewalks. Do not get into the street. That becomes problematic for us as we do have to clear the streets for the parade floats, if you will, the vehicles coming through to make that safe. So if you're coming down early and you're going to plan on camping out, just be on the sidewalks, out of the way. And then once we get the barriers and the fencing up, you're free to move up close to those barriers.
The captain also says leave guns at home. In 2014, there were a lot of car break-ins and guns were stolen. The celebration starts at Lumen Field at 10 this morning. A trophy ceremony there. You need a ticket for that. Then the parade will continue up 4th Avenue, ending at Cedar in Belltown. 4th is going to close at 6:30 this morning. Some side streets will be closed as well, but they won't all reopen right away. Here's Captain Garth Green again.
Once the parade passes through, we will need to maintain that posture for a little bit. We need to pick up the fencing that we're going to be deploying out there. And then we're going to end up cleaning the streets, too, from all the litter and debris that should be left behind. Hopefully not, but we'll clean that as fast as we can. So approximate opening time is probably about 4 o'clock, realistically.
If you are headed to the parade, leave the car at home. Transit agencies across the region are urging you to take public transportation as hundreds of thousands of people are expected to pack 4th Avenue. Well, it's one of the iconic shots from the Super Bowl. Seahawks coach Mike Macdonald staring at the sky above Levi's Stadium after winning the game. Macdonald tells Brock and Salk on 710 Seattle Sports he didn't know where else to look.
If I were to look at a camera, which camera would I look at? Then if you do look at the camera, then what do? Do you just stare into the camera? That's awkward. So you don't do that. So then you look up. And there's fireworks going on, so I'll look at the fireworks and I'll join the hell out of the fireworks.
Again, the parade begins this morning at 11. It's 5:12. Seattle police are searching for a stabbing victim who may also be a suspect.
SPD was called to a fight and a stabbing near 12th and South Jackson just before 7:30 Monday afternoon. When officers arrived, they found one victim with stab wounds and a blood trail leading away from the scene. SPD Detective Eric Munoz.
Officers found a man bleeding. He had severe injuries to both of his hands and as well as an injury to his head.
The blood trail ended at a nearby bus stop. Anyone with information should call 911. James Lynch, KIRO Newsradio.
Anti-ICE protesters were so loud at the Tacoma City Council meeting last night, the council had to take a break. The News Tribune reports about 150 people rallied outside and inside the Tacoma Municipal Building. They're calling on the city to close the Northwest ICE Processing Center and cut ties with federal immigration authorities. It's the third protest in recent weeks organized by the Pierce County Immigration Alliance. And the battle over the proposed millionaire tax continues in Olympia. Hundreds of healthcare providers and educators rallied on the steps of the Capitol yesterday in support of the bill that would put a nearly 10% tax on people earning more than $1 million a year.
Millionaires, pay your dues. Kids' future depends on you.
Senate Republican leader John Braun is against it.
This is a big deal. We have a lot of work to do to stop this bill.
Critics of the bill say eventually the income tax will apply to the middle class and not just high earners. It's 5:13. That's time to check traffic. Chris Sullivan is here. Boy, it's about to get all kinds of crazy around here.
Yeah, it is going to be a very difficult day.
Yeah.
As you heard from the SPD, the roads might not be all the way open again until 4.
Yeah.
As they tear things down.
Plan
and
accordingly.
Things. Yeah. So I'm looking at 4th Ave right now. It's still open. I've got a lot of waste management people out there trying to get to their routes early this morning. I see them picking up trash there as they're trying to get ready for that. Again, we got about an hour and 15 until 4th Ave closes. As for getting down there were a few more people on the road this morning early, heading into downtown. A few cars I didn't recognize for my daily commute. But overall, travel times right now are good. 35 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Bellevue, 35 from Federal Way to Seattle. Valley Freeway, only 35. Rented to Bellevue, no problems there. 15 minutes for you. Olympia to Tacoma is only a half an hour. So calm before the storm. Get there and settle in. KIRO Newsradio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Chris Sullivan.
Charlie decided to go through downtown this morning, and people are already staking out their spots.
Oh, yeah.
He saw one area that has 3 couches lined up along the routes.
Wow. I wonder if they're going to just plan on leaving those there.
Yeah, I don't know. Be safe, everybody, and have a good time. All right, let's talk about the weather. It should be nice. We're going to see some fog in spots this morning, but more sunshine by afternoon. That fog should lift by parade time. 51 our high today. Tomorrow we'll see mostly cloudy, and then here come the showers again on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Right now it is a little bit foggy and 43 in Seattle. Coming up, G. Scott back from Super Bowl 60. He gets us prepared for the big Seahawks parade today. That's next on Seattle's Morning News.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
This hour of Seattle's Morning News is brought to you by Closets by Design Seattle.
Y'all ready, Seattle? Let's go.
It's about us. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
It's the Seahawks Super Bowl Championship Parade. This morning,
12. It's your boy G. Scott. I'll be checking in live throughout the parade as I ride along with the Seahawks in the parade.
And Luke Ducey will be reporting live from the parade all day. Everything you need to make your plans is at mynorthwest.com. We're the home of the Super Bowl champion Seahawks. KIRO News Radio.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy, Dr. Daniel Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. The stem cell therapy you did on my knee was a game changer. But Dr. Dan, people ask me all the time if you're seeing the same kind of success treating neck and back pain with stem cell therapy.
Great question, Brock. As you know from your experience, we've had tremendous success treating major joints like hips, knees, and shoulders, but we've also seen excellent results treating neck and lower back pain. In fact, we're the only clinic in the Seattle area offering image-guided stem cell and PRP injection therapy specifically for neck and low back pain.
How cool is that? If joint, neck, or back pain is holding you back, call Dr. Daniel Nelson at Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine and find out if stem cell therapy may be right for you. Dr. Dan here is the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. Call Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's 425-823-4000 or danielnelsonmd.com.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Let's talk about artificial intelligence.
I cannot answer that.
Many professions are using it, and allegedly some are even being taken over by it. At 1-800-DUI-AWAY, we know police are leveraging AI, whether it's analyzing body cam footage, reading license plates, or even facial recognition. AI has become a helpful tool, enabling officers to work more efficiently. And efficiency for them means more people getting pulled over. You can't chat GPT your way out of a high BAC. Getting legal advice from AI is no substitute for an attorney. Use AI correctly, or it can result in trouble, like a self-driving car taking you home from a bar.
You have reached your destination.
So call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com. If you get pulled over for DUI, the only thing you need your smart device to do is call 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY!
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cybersecurity must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through March 22nd, switch to Comcast Business and get started with 150 megabit internet plus Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Or ask how to lock in your rate for 5 years on a qualifying internet bundle and get a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile for a limited time only. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. Requires paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply.
Seattle's Morning News. Hear it live, stream it online, watch the show, or catch the podcast anytime on mynorthwest.com.
Well, here he is in Manda. Did you notice that G. Scott did not walk into the studio?
He kind of floated.
He floated. What a year that your Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl champions. G.
Boy, it's nice to have you back.
Yeah,
what
it's
an epic trip for you.
Good to be back. I enjoyed this Super Bowl win better and more than the 2013.
Why?
Well, I said exactly this to Cliff Averill at the Seahawks after party, and the look on his face was, whoa, explain this. Mm-hmm. Here's why. So 2014 was the year that it was played. They beat the Broncos, and we all remember that. And so that was 12 years ago. And 12 years ago, I was younger then, and I was like, oh, my goodness, this is awesome. This is great. It was the first Super Bowl that the Seahawks had ever won. I'm like, great. This team is so good. It's going to happen again next year. Yes. You know what I mean? It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. Yes. And they make it to the Super Bowl, and then they lose. I'm like, oh, okay, no big deal. They lose the Super Bowl. They were 1 yard away. They'll be back the next year. And then they just don't.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that got an opportunity to be a part of that in 2013 season and played in 14. And then now today you just really understand the appreciation of when they got back. And so this whole ride that the Seahawks have been on, I didn't know if they were going to win or not. But I think we learned that from the Mariners, right? Like whether or not they win or not, just enjoy it. And boy, did the Mariners give us so much to talk about. And the Seahawks right now have done just that. Also, I'd argue that what was going on in our world in 2013 is different than it is today. I think it's more intense. I think whatever you think, right? Whatever you think is going on. And for this little bit of time, no matter what we're going through, if you're a Seahawk fan, things ain't fixed. But, boy, it feels a lot better.
We're all together, man.
Boy, you're thinking about that parade tomorrow. And right now, in the city of Seattle, you are talking about coming together, all walks of life, cultures, political affiliations, doesn't matter, right? When you hear the 12 as one, and Mike McDonald keeps talking about the 12s, that unity around that, and just coming together. Sports does that. Sports has the power to do that. So, yeah. I enjoy this one so much more.
Especially a team like this, too. I mean, they are young and dedicated, and they really seem to love each other.
They do. They do. And I'm not just saying that, but they really do. I mean, like right now, you're seeing like on the news right now, the Puka Nacua, like he's out there getting drunk and out there. And if you're a Seahawk fan, like you literally have not just a Super Bowl trophy, not just a championship, world champs, best in the world. You have a team that you can be proud of. You have young men that are not in the stories. They're not in the news. Stephon Diggs, they lost the Super Bowl. And what's going on with him? Well, Cardi B breaks up with him because he has his baby mama right there front and center. Matter of fact, Stephon Diggs still has a felony case that he's getting ready to fight. They have another member on the Patriots that is fighting a felony as well.
We are the good guys.
You literally have a movie where the good guys win in its entirety. Yeah, I floated in here. Yes, this is great. Did I think it was going to taste this good? Hell no. But damn, it tastes good. It's like going to your grandmama's house and she makes your favorite dish and it tastes better than you thought it was going to be. So, look, it's hard for me to just get off this high right now, but, man, I got to keep this all the time.
So tomorrow I'm a guy who doesn't like parades. I don't like parades.
Yeah.
Unless it's a Seahawks Super Bowl championship
The last parade I enjoyed was the Seahawks parade, and here we are. I had pneumonia at the time, too. It was rough, but I had to be there.
Yeah.
This year, I'm bringing my son. He is not going to school tomorrow. I think a lot of people are not going.
How dare you miss school?
Oh, you can't miss this parade.
Here's what I got to thinking about. I was honestly thinking, well, maybe we should have.
How did you say it? Did you say it to yourself?
I said to myself, I thought we would also have an opportunity to go back to the Super Bowl. And so here's what my mind was thinking. Self, we're going to go back to the Super Bowl. Let's not do it this year. Maybe in a couple of years, Sam and I will be able to go together. Yeah. And that's just crazy thinking. Let's live in the moment. We get to enjoy this. We got to see the Seahawks win the Super Bowl again.
Again. And I guarantee you, if you're listening right now and you're going to probably go to that parade, and look, I suggest you do. And here's why. Just so you can just say you were just there for the moment.
Yeah.
Just so you can just take that selfie with your loved ones, with a stranger, with a friend, and you're just saying, I was there in that moment. Because here's the truth. There's no guarantee that this will happen again. I was 10 years old living in Chicago. Chicago Bears win the Super Bowl. Oh, my goodness. That was fantastic. 1985 season.
Of course, all those tomorrows mean today. That was G with us yesterday. Parade begins at 11 o'clock. We'll have much more coming up throughout the morning. Our forecast for the parade looks pretty good. Some fog in spots. Otherwise, sunshine and 51 today. For tomorrow, staying mostly cloudy. Showers return on Friday. Right now in Seattle, we have mostly cloudy skies. It's 43 degrees at 5:25. More of the day's top stories coming up here on Seattle's Morning News.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign. And so I saw the accident coming, and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines, and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Well, I'm sure by now you've heard interviews with a whole lot of people who took the First Mark Challenge and saved so much money on their insurance and got better coverage too. We call them First Mark victories. Well, I took the First Mark Challenge too, and I'm thrilled to say that First Mark is saving us thousands. Now, that's what I call a victory. You know, I was with the same agent for so long, I simply assumed they were working hard to get me the best coverage and save me money. But it wasn't the case. And you should find out too by taking the First Mark Insurance Challenge. First Mark works for you, not the insurance carriers. First Mark will fully analyze your current coverage, making sure you're not overpaying for the wrong coverage, which could leave you at risk for financial loss. Then they carefully search the market, dozens of major carriers to find you the best fit, and that's it. First Mark Insurance has helped thousands of families successfully manage the complicated world of insurance and save them thousands, me included. Be the next First Mark Challenge victory. Take the First Mark Challenge right now. It's totally free. Go to firstmarkinsurance.com. First Mark Insurance. They work for you.
You know, retirement is supposed to be a time of rest and relaxation. But every week I get calls from seniors who are stressed out because their cost of living keeps going up. They love their home and they want to stay in it, but they're struggling with rising property taxes, monthly bills, and monthly mortgage payments if they have one. Hi, I'm Steve Teitler, owner of Best Mortgage, a local family-owned company. I specialize in the reverse mortgage, which allows seniors to tap into your home equity for tax-free cash to pay off your mortgage, pay off debts, and maybe put some extra money in the bank. A reverse mortgage is a great option for some people, but it's not right for everyone. So give me a call and you'll talk directly to me in person or over the phone for honest advice you can trust. Search for Best Mortgage on the web or call us at 425-649-6000. You'll talk to me, not an AI robot. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
We'll admit, we've already thrown in the towel on the New Year's resolution.
Yeah, and we made it through dry January. But one healthy new habit we're sticking with is Active Liver from New Nordic. Did you know your liver works around the clock processing food, sugar, alcohol, and everyday toxins? All things that can really impact your health.
That's why daily support matters. Active Liver is designed to help protect normal liver function and support your body's natural detox process.
With trusted ingredients like milk thistle, turmeric, and artichoke extract, it's gentle enough to take all year long.
No harsh cleanses, no extreme detoxes, just simple daily liver support. We really feel the difference.
Yup, more energy and the peace of mind knowing we can enjoy the good things in life while giving our liver the love it needs.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com. Or you can find it in stores at CVS, Meijer Grocery, Wegmans, and now Active Liver is available at your local GNC.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return, but I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do? My refund, though. I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best Eggs. They're just so delicious, with better nutrition, too. It's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best.
It's a new year, which means a new opportunity to grow your business. WaFd Bank Business Checking can help you hit the ground running. Our accounts are designed to help business owners like you manage cash flow, pay vendors, and keep operations running smoothly every day. Get access to digital tools like bill pay, mobile deposit, signer and non-signer debit cards, and the option to upgrade your account as your business grows. WaFd business bankers get to know you, so when you need help, we're there for you. WaFd Bank, built for business. Visit wafdbank.com. Non-sufficient funds charges may apply. Member FDIC.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM. Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. It is 5:32. A big day in Seattle. The Seahawks victory parade through downtown. We're going to have much more on the way. But first, we have some big national stories this morning. First, the FAA has closed the airspace around El Paso, Texas for 10 days, saying the temporary flight restrictions are for special security reasons. CBS News transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve says this will significantly impact the people who live in and around El Paso.
For the people that live there, this could be a huge inconvenience and disruption, not only to flyers, but to commerce, as goods that would normally come and go by air, because the nearest major airport that would have significant air travel is a 3 to 4 hour drive away.
And the FAA is not clarifying what those reasons are and is now calling the airspace a national defense airspace. And 10 people confirmed dead after a mass shooting in the small town in British Columbia. Royal Canadian Mounted Police Superintendent Ken Floyd.
On February 10th at approximately 1:20 p.m., Tumbler Ridge RCMP received a report of an active shooter at Tumbler Ridge Secondary School. A police-initiated public alert was issued as officers responded. The alert was canceled at around 5:30 p.m. once police determined there was no outstanding suspects and no ongoing threat to the public.
8 people, including the person believed to be responsible, died at the school. More than 24 others were hurt. Authorities later found 2 other people who were killed in a nearby home they believe are connected to the shooter. Tumbler Ridge is near the border with Alberta and has a population of only about 2,400 people. It's 5:33. Again, more parade coverage coming up. But first, we need to check the roads on this early Wednesday morning. Chris Sullivan, it is going to be a very crazy day.
Yes, it is. And it's going to be 57 minutes from now when they're going to close 4th Avenue through downtown. Just ran the cameras up and down along the parade route. So far, so good. People are starting to camp out there a little bit in places. But 4th Ave is still open. And traffic getting into downtown isn't too bad at this point. We're only 35 minutes from Everett to Seattle or Bellevue. Federal Way to Seattle's only 35 minutes as well. Northbound 167 does have some brake lights in Auburn. A little bit at the north end, a little almost closer to 40 minutes already, so that's a little bit behind schedule. Rented to Bellevue, though, you'll pick up the pace if that's where you're headed. We've got about a 15-minute drive for you. Tacoma is quiet. Olympia to Tacoma has no problems. 35 minutes coming down out of the north end. We've got about 10 or 15 minutes before we're going to start seeing that normal slowing that we get through Northgate. KIRO Newsradio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Chris Sullivan.
Watching video from KIRO 7, there are already all kinds of people downtown lining the parade route. It's going to be a nice day for a parade. Some fog in spots this morning. Otherwise, sunshine, warming up to 51 for today. We'll cloud up tomorrow, and then it looks like showers for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well. Right now in Seattle, partly cloudy and 43.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
I'm their conduit, and I'm glad to do it.
Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Hey, oh, let's go.
Now, Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
Presented by Carter Subaru.
It's 6:48 now. Well, the state won't declare what's happening to the town of Wilkeson an emergency, so lawmakers are now asking the federal government for help.
Sully, you are here with an update.
And Wilkeson is dying on the vine. This is a small town just northwest of Mount Rainier, has lost almost all of its economic engine, tourism, since the Fairfax Bridge was closed last year. The bridge wasn't closed because a truck damaged it or a natural disaster happened. It was closed after decades of intentional neglect by state lawmakers. They refused to spend money to keep the bridge in good shape, despite reports it was getting worse and worse. The bridge doesn't qualify as an emergency to give businesses access to loans to stay afloat, and WashDOT says it will take at least 6 years to replace it. State Senator Phil Fortunato now wants to ask the federal government for help, not for funding, but to cut red tape.
We're asking the federal government to speed this stuff along by waiving certain things or moving the NEPA requirements to almost the end of the project, et cetera.
NEPA is basically what the federal environmental rules are that go around something like that, especially in something in such a pristine area as the Carbon Canyon like that. So this joint memorial has been introduced. It has bipartisan support. Wilkeson Mayor Jamie Pololi says she's tired of waiting.
Our state leaders have made it clear that they do not plan to elevate this crisis to the level of urgency that it deserves. Federal involvement is necessary because this crisis has outgrown the pathways currently available that are at the state level.
And Mayor Pololi says Governor Ferguson is too busy focusing on President Trump and what he's up to, and not emergencies in his own backyard.
When statewide leaders focus public communication on national public conflict and political conflict, while communities within their own state are navigating infrastructure failure and emergency access, it leaves residents questioning whether their crisis is being seen or prioritized. The silence is not just symbolic, it has real consequences.
Mayor Pololi asked the governor how much her community has to suffer before anything is done.
How much emergency access must be compromised before leadership steps in and chooses to act? And ultimately, what number of constituents is enough to make this a large enough emergency that the governor feels a responsibility to step in and help find a solution?
WashDOT has only two plans going forward. The first is to replace the bridge for at least $160 million. The second is to tear the old bridge down and not replace it. Complicating matters, the bridge is on the National Registry of Historic Places. There is red tape around that, which could impact what happens and how long it takes. Part of the joint memorial would ask to remove the bridge from that list and declare the closure an emergency. Now, it's been heard in both chambers in Olympia, in both transportation committees, and so I'm anticipating that it might get out, but we'll have to wait and see. They're still in the process of that. The closure of the 105-year-old bridge has not only devastated the communities around it, but it's also cut off some of the best hiking and camping areas in Mount Rainier National Park, and for some reason, this doesn't qualify as an emergency.
So I'm hearing at least three different things going on here at the same time. First of all, governor not declaring it an emergency. Second of all, you have those years and years, as you've often talked about, those years and years of willful neglect by the state DOT because they don't have the money to do maintenance.
Well, because they chose not to give the DOT money for maintenance. The lawmakers hold the purse strings, and they've decided to go with other priorities. So that's why the bridge is in this situation, but that's also why it doesn't qualify as an emergency. Because
self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted because a truck didn't take it out, a landslide didn't take it down. If it had, they'd be in much better shape, and so now they're just trying for anything because the state says, declaring an emergency now doesn't do anything, and the people there can't get any loans for their businesses.
Yeah, how the heck are businesses surviving?
They're not. Basically, they've got their own area there, and that's it. But no one's going through for tourism anymore, and they haven't since last April when the bridge was shut down. So, yeah, they're kind of stuck. So, going to the feds, will that, maybe speed things along, but those folks need some help financially for something that's not their fault. I'm not sure why this doesn't qualify as an emergency or why they won't treat it as such, but according to the DOT, it doesn't qualify. And those folks are left there kind of holding the bag.
Gets down to all this bureaucracy and red tape as well.
Yeah, and again, potentially, as the mayor now says, the person in charge of our state spending his time fighting fights elsewhere and not paying attention to what's happening in his own state.
Okay, well, we have this all written up on mynorthwest.com. Thank you, Sully.
It's now 5:40. National headlines on the way here on KIRO News Radio.
Boss, a complete jerk who denied your time off request for the parade? Stuck at home with the kids because the babysitter's going to the parade? We got you.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Follow KIRO News Radio on all your social media platforms and at mynorthwest.com for all the content, sights, and sounds that'll make you feel like you're on 4th Avenue with nearly 1 million of your fellow 12s. From the home of the Super Bowl champion Seahawks, KIRO News Radio.
See country star Aaron Lewis and the Stateliners at Muckleshoot Casino Resort March 24th at 8 p.m. And now an added show on March 25th. Get your tickets now to see Aaron Lewis at muckleshootcasino.com.
I'm worried.
About what?
Water.
Oh?
Hot water, if you really want to know.
Water heater worries?
Worried it's wearing down.
Running out?
The hot doesn't last like it used to.
So you're...
Worried.
I got a guaranteed fix.
Let me guess. A new water heater.
Right, but...
That's what worries me.
Well, worry no more.
Why?
What you need is an Apollo Plumbing water heater.
Because?
We include Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
Wrenchy's what?
Worry-free warranty.
Which means?
When it wears out, we replace it.
No extra charge.
As an A-List Club member, you're covered for life.
For life?
For as long as you're an A-List member. You get annual life-extending water heater flushes included.
So it lasts longer.
Right.
And when it needs replacement,
you're covered.
With no worries.
Because it's Wrenchy's
worry-free warranty.
What else would you expect from the Ready Right Now plumbers?
Apollo Plumbing.
Home of Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
What about tankless ones?
Worry-free too.
Gotta love that Wrenchy.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Hey, it's John Curley with Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. Doc, I heard that 50% of Americans have their lenses replaced by the time they're 75.
That's exactly right, John. As we near 50, our eye's natural lens starts to become dysfunctional. If you've now added readers to your need for glasses and contacts, it's a sign the quality and function of your natural lens is fading, and it's a steady decline towards cataracts.
Don't go another 20 plus years with poor vision, hassling with contacts and readers. Do what I did. Choose a quick, painless refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE and start enjoying great vision now.
Our new lens technology is truly amazing. After replacing over 100,000 lenses, we have the experience to guide each patient to their best solution, even if that's recommending you wait a little while before RLE.
K2 Vision RLE can restore distance and near vision permanently, plus never develop a cataract. Read the reviews and schedule a free Zoom consultation now at K2VisionRLE.com.
CBS News Brief. Police in Arizona have released a person of interest in Nancy Guthrie's kidnapping after he was taken into custody south of Tucson last night.
They didn't ask me no questions.
So
Nothing. They just sat me in the car. They investigated my car and this van, and that's it. They didn't ask me no questions, no nothing.
Major flight disruptions expected after the FAA announced today it's closing the airspace around El Paso Airport in Texas for 10 days. It cites special security reasons, but gives no other details. Police in the Canadian Rockies say a total of 10 people are dead, including the suspect, after a mass shooting at a high school and a nearby home in the remote community of Tumbler Ridge. More than 24 are injured, 2 of them critically. Public Safety Minister Nina Krieger.
It's a devastating day for a close-knit community, and the loss being felt is profound.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
It's 5:44. It's going to be a lovely day for a parade. You might see a little fog on your way in, but it's going to be sunny later. 51 our high today. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy and 52. Kind of a transition day as we'll start to see some showers around here on Friday. High of 47. It's 43 in Seattle right now. And coming up on Seattle's Morning News, CBS Justice correspondent Scott McFarland on the continuing investigation into the legitimacy of the 2020 election and the attempted prosecution of 6 Democratic lawmakers by the Trump administration. That's next on Seattle's Morning News.
At Guardian Roofing, Gutters, and Insulation, we know the key to a long-lasting roof is yearly maintenance. Need an inspection, repair, restoration, moss removal, or just a cleanup? You can trust Guardian's licensed, insured, and expertly trained team. We offer free estimates, second opinions, and financing, giving you the peace of mind your home deserves. Call today. Our first-time customers can save $99 on our award-winning roof repair and cleaning service. Visit us at guardianroofing.com.
3-time Grammy winner, MacArthur Fellow, a voice the Associated Press calls a marvel. Cecile McLaurin-Salvant brings jazz, blues, and fearless originality to Dimitro's Jazz Alley, February 12th through 15th. Tickets at jazzalley.com.
I had pain, I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug, and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55, but unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the city's longest-running radio news show, Seattle's Morning News on KIRO Newsradio.
547 Parade Day here in Seattle. Along with Charlie Harger, I'm Manda Factor. An FBI search of an elections office in Fulton County, Georgia took place this week in connection with claims of election interference in 2020.
So why did the search take place now, more than 5 years after the election? We call up CBS Justice correspondent Scott McFarland. Good morning, Scott. Bring us up to speed on this case.
This is a really weak search warrant that the feds used to get access and to get control of the Fulton County, Georgia 2020 ballots. And I know it's weak because election security experts who consult with CBS News say this is a pretty weak search warrant. They have not alleged any foreign interference suspected in the 2020 elections. They've not alleged anybody or anything that was specifically plotting or planning to engage in fraud. What they put in there are some pretty benign accusations that have already been ironed out by Fulton County, Georgia. There were some inconsistencies with the initial tallies in 2020, but they were figured out in short order. Some of it was attributable to the change in procedures because of COVID. There's no there, but nevertheless, the Trump administration has possession of the 2020 ballots from Fulton County, and the Fulton County Commission chair says he's worried they're going to tamper with them.
Why is this case still alive? What does the president hope to accomplish from the investigation?
I don't want to ascribe motives, but I can tell you what the cynicism is here in Washington about the motives. Democrats are concerned the president is trying to plant seeds now in February that he can harvest in November and December, sowing doubt about elections in areas with important races so that he can try to challenge the election results in the midterms. Georgia's got a critical, if not the critical, U.S. Senate race this year. You see him asking for voting rolls in other states, including states with Democratic governors, whether or not he gets the voting rolls from those states, it's kind of a successful technique because it sows doubt about elections. Whether you get the rolls or they deny you the rolls, you can mechanize that information and that strategy in November.
Last week, when another elections office had its records seized by the FBI, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard was there. Did she have any involvement in this more recent case?
The reason for her being there has been explained in several different ways, and that's a charitable way of saying the story is changing. At first, she had said that she was there at the president's directive. Then she had said she was there at the attorney general's directive. And there haven't been real clear answers as to why you'd want the director of national intelligence overseeing a controversial raid or being near a controversial raid. And that's nowhere near her portfolio, which is to stop foreign threats to America. There's been no hint of foreign interference in the Fulton County, Georgia elections. And we know that because the Department of Justice put on paper its reasons for raiding, and they did not mention foreign interference. I think this is an open-ended question, but I also think it's worth underscoring. If and when anybody is criminally charged in Fulton County, Georgia, a defense lawyer is going to have a field day with Tulsi Gabbard being near this raid.
Scott, another case you are covering is the attempted indictment of 6 Democratic Congress members. It has failed. Can you bring us up to speed?
Yeah, 3 words for this one. It's a big freaking deal what happened here yesterday in Washington, D.C. There was an attempt made by the Trump administration to charge 6 Democratic members of Congress with heaven knows what. These members of Congress have been criticized by Trump for recording and publishing a video last year in which they told U.S. service members it is their duty not to follow unlawful orders. That is in the Uniform Military Code. It's the truth. The president has called it seditious. There was an attempt to charge these 6 Democratic members of Congress, and I can't tell you how destabilizing that would have been to the fundamentals of our government if Congress was charged with a crime by a president. And the grand jurors in Washington, D.C., which are often composed of school teachers, federal clerks, firefighters, they were the firewall here. They said no, and it's incredibly rare for a grand jury to say no to the U.S. Department of Justice, but they did so here.
And lastly, Scott, on X this morning, you posted about some of your latest analysis on the Epstein files. What has stood out to you this week?
We're in this for the long haul. If you're tired of hearing about the Epstein files, my deepest sympathies and apologies. This is now a chronic problem for the Trump administration. The Department of Justice cannot answer everybody's questions. They have not released millions of pages. They've heavily, perhaps over-redacted what they have released. There's incriminating information in what's left. And the survivors say they're not going to be quiet until they get justice. This thing's here for the long haul, perhaps the entirety of this presidency. And I am about to post on X also. It's important for you both to know this, that I predicted there'd be a parade today. I predicted this victory weeks ago. I was unequivocal and emphatic, and I've not gotten enough credit from you two for that.
I appreciate you so much. Did you hear there's a little party in Seattle today?
I did hear about that.
Scott, up to 1 million people are expected to be on a 2-mile stretch of road. It is just going to be insane.
Such a likable team.
Isn't that the truth?
That.
We were talking about this yesterday.
Absolute good dudes.
Yeah, we're the good guys. I love it.
Yeah.
We're very proud of our team and our city. Wish you could be here for the party.
Enjoy it on my behalf.
All right, CBS Justice correspondent Scott McFarland here on Seattle's Morning News. It's 5:53.
That it is, and let's talk about the weather. It's going to be nice for the parade today with up to 1 million people downtown. Some fog this morning, otherwise sunshine for the afternoon, 51-hour high. Tomorrow we're going to cloud up 52, and then we're going to see some showers Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with highs only in the mid-40s. It's 43 in Seattle right now, and coming up, we're going to talk more about what to expect for the parade.
Yeah, people already lining up along 4th Avenue in Seattle. I was driving.
You can't get through downtown, right?
I went through it at 4 this morning, and there were people in chairs.
And couches.
Couches lined up, and a bunch of tow trucks. So, yeah, there is a lot going on downtown right now.
Indeed. People lining up along 4th, which will be closed here in just about 37 minutes or so. Waiting for the Super Bowl parade. Our Luke Ducey is there, back from the Super Bowl with the gathering crowd. He's at Lumen, and he's going to join us coming up in just about 10 minutes.
Very good. We have meteorologist Scott Sistek. He'll have an extended forecast for us. Can we expect more of these warm afternoons? He'll join us at 6:15.
I was sitting on my deck in the sunshine yesterday. with short sleeves. It felt like spring. It was beautiful. Our inbox always open for your news, tips, and story ideas at mynorthwest.com.
And you can text us on the Muckleshoot Casino and Resort text line, 888-973-5476.
This is Seattle's Morning News on KIRO News Radio.
Y'all ready, Seattle? Let's go.
It's about us. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
It's the Seahawks Super Bowl Championship Parade. This morning,
12. It's your boy G. Scott. I'll be checking in live throughout the parade as I ride along with the Seahawks in the parade.
And Luke Ducey will be reporting live from the parade all day. Everything you need to make your plans is at mynorthwest.com. We're the home of the Super Bowl champion Seahawks. KIRO News Radio.
You know the one question that guys hate to have asked of them by their wives, Nick?
I can take a good guess.
I know you know 100 of them. This is the worst one. Do these jeans make my butt look big?
Whoa.
Can't answer that one, right? What I've noticed is whenever you ask me questions like that, I just simply say, oh, I don't know. What did the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic say?
Well, the doctors at Longevity Medical Clinic would tell me that my butt looks great in those jeans now that my hormones are balanced.
What'd they do? Did they give you something to bring your weight down?
No, just a result of having my hormones balanced caused me to lose weight. Who would have known? I had no idea that would be a result of it.
So that's good. So the answer is you look great. You're beautiful.
I feel great. I look great.
Yeah.
And I know it.
I've also noticed that your testosterone makes you a little feistier than you normally are as my beautiful Greek wife.
I might be small, but I have a loud bark.
Yes, you do. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at longevitymedicalclinic.com.
You know, retirement is supposed to be a time of rest and relaxation. But every week I get calls from seniors who are stressed out because their cost of living keeps going up. They love their home and they want to stay in it, but they're struggling with rising property taxes, monthly bills, and monthly mortgage payments if they have one. Hi, I'm Steve Teitler, owner of Best Mortgage, a local family-owned company. I specialize in the reverse mortgage, which allows seniors to tap into your home equity for tax-free cash to pay off your mortgage, pay off debts, and maybe put some extra money in the bank. A reverse mortgage is a great option for some people, but it's not right for everyone. So give me a call and you'll talk directly to me in person or over the phone for honest advice you can trust. Search for Best Mortgage on the web or call us at 425-649-6000. You'll talk to me, not an AI robot. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
This is the story of Julie Guillot. She's a Leukemia and Lymphoma Society advocate and the mother of a child who battled blood cancer.
Zach was diagnosed with AML, a deadly leukemia, when he was only 5. While the treatment really attacked the cancer, unfortunately, it also attacked his body. Uncontrollable fevers, terrible nosebleeds, and his skin was burned from the inside out. He died at just 9 years old, really from the treatment that was meant to save him.
The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society was founded 70 years ago by parents who also lost their child to cancer. Today, we're pioneering breakthrough treatments for kids with cancer.
We are so close to finding better treatments for kids with cancer. So it's too late to save Zach, but working together, we can save thousands of kids just like him.
Visit LLS.org and save a child's life.
Landlords, things are changing. New laws, higher costs, less flexibility. Selling without a tax plan can be a very unpleasant surprise. John Curley here. Madrona Financial is hosting free in-person landlord workshops to help you understand your rental performance and how to sell tax efficiently. Workshops are Tuesday the 17th at 3 p.m. at UW-Tacoma and Wednesday the 18th at 3 p.m. at Bellevue College. Seats are limited. Reserve at madronafinancial.com or call 833-673-7373.
Well, this week's First Mark Challenge victory is a little different. We actually reach out to the small business world, to Joel Taylor and Sean O'Donnell from Sean O'Donnell's Restaurants. Sean, when Joel brought this to you, the idea of why don't we take this First Mark Challenge victory, what was your thought?
My goal was to save some money and to simplify our operations. We've got 6 locations now, and along with that comes complications. And when things get complicated, things that are important get forgotten. FirstMark was able to simplify that and also save us money.
Not only have they saved us money, they helped us identify some blind spots in our policies. Their service team has been phenomenal, unparalleled in my experience, given us a lot more solutions with better coverage, and just made too much sense.
FirstMark's just made it easy for us.
So if you're a business owner and your insurance is in need of simplifying and streamlining and eliminate the stress, do what Sean O'Donnell's Restaurants did. Reach out to FirstMark Insurance. Just go to firstmarkinsurance.com. FirstMark Insurance, your teammate in the business world too, going to work for you.
Gray whales are back in the Salish Sea. Family-run Puget Sound Express offers guaranteed whale watching tours departing from Edmonds. Don't miss Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Book online at PugetSoundExpress.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Investigators are still looking for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie and the person who kidnapped her a week and a half ago after they detained a man named Carlos during a traffic stop south of Tucson last night.
I hope they get the suspect, because I'm not it. They better do their job and find the suspect that did it so they can clear my name.
He was taken into custody hours after the FBI released images of a masked man, apparently with a gun, at Guthrie's door on the night she disappeared. Correspondent Jonathan Vigliotti from Tucson.
Cybersecurity experts tell CBS News even without an active subscription, Nest cameras still record when they detect motion. That video gets stored virtually in a cloud. On Tuesday, Savannah Guthrie posted the new images on social media saying someone out there recognizes this person, adding, "Bring her home."
The FAA says it shut down the airport in El Paso, Texas for 10 days for security reasons. CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
The FAA is not clarifying what those reasons are and is now calling the airspace a national defense airspace, warning that pilots who do not follow this notice to airmen, this no-fly zone, that they may be intercepted, detained, and interviewed by law enforcement, warning that they could face civil penalties, have their licenses revoked.
A surprise in the Labor Department's just released jobs numbers. Business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
The delayed January jobs report is out, and it was better than expected. 130,000 jobs were created during the month. The unemployment rate edged down just a bit to 4.3% from 4.4%.
We're hearing from terrified students at a high school in a remote community in the Canadian Rockies, where police say 8 people were killed, including the female shooter. CBS's MTS Tayab.
Around 175 students are enrolled at Tumbler Ridge Secondary School, including 17-year-old Darian Quist.
I was in the mechanics classroom preparing to do some work on my car when the alarm went off that I've never heard before. And our principal goes throughout the halls and she's saying, people close your doors, lock down, stuff like that.
2 other victims were found at a house nearby. Dow futures up 238. We're not the only ones who get jealous. Scientists in Finland say monkeys do too. Here's CBS's Michael Wallace.
Their study published today in Proceedings of the Royal Society B says they observed jealous adolescent baboons often trying to steal their mother's attention while the mom was grooming a sibling. One young female lured her sister away from their mother with the promise of play, then took her spot in her mother's arms.
This is CBS News.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
6:03, we are getting ready for some tough traffic, and there is a traffic and transit alert you need to know about with Sully.
Yeah, remember yesterday they were saying, hey, don't drive your car to Seattle for the parade, take transit? That's not working out so well for people coming up out of Federal Way. There was a power outage impacting light rail service out of Federal Way. Sound Transit one line suspended between Angle Lake and Star Lake coming up out of Federal Way for a power outage, so they're busing people around. If you get on the service a little bit north of that, you'll be fine. But, yeah, not exactly the way we wanted to start. As for the roads right now, 4th Ave, still open. Got my cameras on that, but they're going to start closing that in about 25 minutes for the parade route. Federal Way to Seattle's already up over 40 minutes now. Same with the Puyallup to Renton Drive. Renton to Bellevue, relatively quiet because I believe a lot of people are going the other way into downtown. We've got Renton to Bellevue at about 15 minutes. Out of the north end, already 40 from Everett to Seattle or Everett to Bellevue, as we're already seeing the brake lights there past Northgate. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube. Click subscribe, where you can get fresh video content daily.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. Well, the Super Bowl parade does not start until 11 this morning, but already tons of fans gathering along 4th Avenue in downtown Seattle.
That is where we find KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey, freshly back from the Super Bowl and now live outside Lumen Field. Good morning, Luke.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yes, there is a buzz out here, Charlie. I know you kind of drove in through 4th Avenue to check it out this morning. I'm down here outside the stadium. There are plenty of 12s, fans coming around, walking around, waiting to get inside the stadium. The food vendors are setting up. There are merchandise vendors on every corner setting up. The stadium itself is lit up. The lights are on, and right there on the Jumbotron, I can read World Champions. How cool is that? I gotta tell you, I was down in San Francisco and Santa Clara last week and Sunday as well. Flew back in Monday night. I was emotional flying over the city. There was just a sea of blue and green lights across the city. Lumen Field was lit up Monday night as well. Just incredible to see. Today is going to be a celebration that this city has not seen before. I can almost guarantee that. This is for the team, sure, but this is also about 12s like Terry.
Defense is awesome. The dark side is just the best, bro. And I was just excited that we're bringing the parade back to Seattle. And I was super excited that we done it in San Francisco. What a great place to win the Super Bowl. Right?
Smoking cigars inside the locker room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked with Terry this morning, and a bunch of other 12s will have sound from our 12s all morning long. This all begins with a trophy celebration inside Lumen Field at 10 o'clock this morning. Then the parade is going to start at 11 near Lumen Field, 4th and Washington, just right there. I'm looking at it a block away. The team is going to ride up 4th Avenue to Seattle Center. We're expecting close to 1 million people lining this parade route, decked out in blue and action green. Some other quick notes. Police said they'd be closing 4th Avenue right now at 6 a.m. It should be closed. A lot of businesses and schools are closed today as well. Seattle Public Schools, they're open, so sorry about that. For parking, well, good luck. Sound Transit and King County Metro are running maximum service today. Light rail trains are going to come every 6 minutes, so that's an option. We're going to have all that information, a lot of travel information for you on mynorthwest.com. I know Sully's keeping tabs as well. So I will be walking in the side of the stadium and then walking the parade route later on, talking with 12s all day, hanging out with the best fans in the world. Wow, we are world champions once again, Charlie and Manda.
And Luke, unlike the last parade 12 years ago, there will be porta potties, and I was reading this morning, they will be on 3rd and 5th Avenue. So
Outside
if you're looking
crowd.
for one, yeah, that is where they will be. So important to know going into this long parade.
Thank you very much,
Absolutely.
Luke. All right.
You bet.
If you want, need more Hawks gear for the big celebration, you'll find some along the parade route, and KIRO 7 TV's Ranji Sinha is already out on 4th.
I'm joined by Mike Nicolelli, who's running the merchandise stand. Mike, thank you for joining us. Now, Mike, I start early, but what time did you start to set this all up?
About midnight.
Midnight.
Around midnight, yeah.
So show us what you got.
I mean, we got the koozies, we got stickers, we got scarves, we got blankets, we've got flags, pins, license plates, gloves, more scarves, pennants, of course.
And then show us your favorite hat. This is the one. This is the one that says Super Bowl 60 champions, Seattle Seahawks. This is a new one, right?
That's it. That is a new one. This is also a new one.
Okay, Super Bowl
Champion.
champions.
Well, it's been a whirlwind few days for Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald, from winning the Super Bowl to appearing on late night TV. Jimmy Kimmel Live.
From the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks, please welcome head coach Mike McDonald.
Now, the coach also appeared on 710 Seattle Sports yesterday, told Brock and Salk about his Jimmy Kimmel experience.
And they have costume people. They had like a rack of clothes and like nothing fit because I'm like freaking weird shaped. and so they had to like bring me another shirt because like I would have looked like fat guy in a little shirt.
Next up on his schedule, the trophy ceremony at 10 this morning.
Not surprisingly, there is bipartisan support in Olympia for our Hawks.
Commend the organization for its excellence, leadership, and positive impact on the state of Washington.
Republican Nikki Torres sponsored the resolution honoring the team and the Super Bowl victory.
This is also bringing this chamber together, setting politics aside, but it's bringing people together, so I commend the Seahawks for that as well.
The measure was adopted with unanimous approval.
Keeping you informed since 1974. This is the city's longest-running radio news show.
Seattle's Morning News on KIRO Newsradio.
Good morning. Victory Wednesday.
Let's get this party started, shall we?
Yeah.
So exciting.
I am just excited to be going to the parade right after the show. I know you're doing the same thing. I think a lot of people have that in mind. And Sully, what is the big headline that people who are getting ready to go need to know right now?
Sound Transit's light rail system is experiencing a power outage in the south end. Train service is suspended between Angle Lake and Star Lake out of Federal Way. So that's going to put a cramp in the system. Where they're trying to do a bus bridge right now. And they're trying to diagnose the issue, but that's going to be problematic.
I saw a picture of that station, and if you're thinking, well, I'm going to go early, I'll hit the road at 7 or so. No, there were already people there at that rail station.
Oh, yeah, and exactly. So if you want to jump on, say, drive up to SeaTac and get it on at that road and at that station, and then take light rail from there, you might have better luck.
All right, well, let's just be patient and remember we're going to enjoy this. This is supposed to be fun.
Absolutely.
Well, busy hour in front of us. We'll continue to check in with Luke Ducey out on 4th Avenue where people are lining up for the parade.
This hour of Seattle's Morning News is sponsored by American Crawl Space and Pest Control.
Well, coming up in about 5 minutes, can we expect some more sunshine and blue skies through the rest of the month? Probably not, but we'll get the full extended forecast from meteorologist Scott Sistek.
It's 6:10. This just in this morning. The Federal Aviation Administration has reopened the airspace around El Paso International Airport in Texas this morning, just hours after it announced a 10-day closure that would have grounded all flights to and from the airport. The FAA said in a social media post it's lifted the temporary closure of that airspace and all flights will resume.
The battle over the so-called millionaire tax continued yesterday in Olympia.
Jane Hopkins, registered nurse and union president, was among the hundreds of educators and healthcare providers rallying Tuesday on the steps of the state capitol.
Washington should stand for care, dignity, the community, and not for being worried about millionaires' feelings.
They're pushing for the legislature to pass the bill that would put an income tax on those earning over $1 million a year. Republicans like Senator John Braun are pushing back.
They want to get it by demonizing folks who have been successful in our state and then expanding it to everyone long term.
The bill is still in committee. Frank Lindsay, KIRO Newsradio.
Tacoma City Council members had to pause their meeting last night when protesters demanding the city divest from ICE became too loud. According to the News Tribune, about 150 people showed up to rally against the Northwest ICE Processing Center. The Pierce County Immigration Alliance organized the protest, their third in a series targeting council meetings. 2 weeks ago, they blocked traffic on Market Street. This time, they stayed on the sidewalks, but still made their voices heard.
At 6:12, let's get a check on the weather. Meteorologist Nick Allard from KIRO 7 TV joins us. Nick, it looks like this parade is going to be about 25 degrees warmer than it was last time around.
Yeah, the last time we had in 2014, the high that day was 31, and we're already in the low 40s, so it's a lot better than the last time. In fact, as soon as I'm done here at 7 a.m., I'm heading down there immediately after to be part of the celebration, to be hosting it down there. So it's going to be a nice one. We just have some low clouds eventually settling in. We have some of that now. Not much fog, though, because we've had the wind at around 10 to 15 miles per hour, so the fog is not really an issue, but we do have, again, low cloud cover. But I think by 11, we're seeing some sunshine already, and then I think you're just going to see sunshine developing by lunchtime at the latest, which means the parade looks sunny, which means the parade looks gorgeous, and which means the parade will be in the mid-40s, topping out at about 50 or so this afternoon. And like you said last time, it was a high of 31. Now, tomorrow is going to be a little cloudier, and then eventually that's going to lead to some rain tomorrow night, but especially Friday and some showers for Saturday and much cooler this weekend. Not much for Sunday, a few showers, and then Monday and Tuesday, same thing with snow levels really coming down. But yeah, when you're heading out there, you absolutely do have to deal with some low clouds. That's going to clear, and you're going to see some sunshine. Looks like a really nice day, but you just have to wait for the gray to clear. I think most of it does by about 11. Temps are in the 40s now, and you'll finish up in the low 50s this afternoon. If you're going down there, I will see you down there. I'm leaving here at like 7:01. So the second I'm off the air, I get about a 30-second break, and it should be relaxing. And then I'm heading down for the parade.
All right, Nick, well, have fun. It's going to be worth it. Right now in Seattle, it's 43.
And it's 6:13, time for traffic. We do that every 10 minutes. Sully is here, bracing for impact.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty rough out there. By the way, before I get to traffic, I just want to let you know our safety, Ty Okada on the Seahawks, number 39. His mom's birthday was yesterday, and she texted me. She was like, boy, it's awfully nice you guys are throwing a parade for my birthday. I was like, yeah, a million of your closest friends are going to be there, Mama Okada. So if you see number 39 in the crowd from Montana State, give him a big wave and say, wish happy birthday to his mom. Right now, it's not a good day. If we're planning on heading to the parade and using light rail and you're coming up from Federal Way, we have a power outage issue that has suspended light rail service between Angle Lake and Star Lake. That's north of Federal Way. So they're doing a bus bridge. They're turning people away. If you could get in your car fast and motor up to the next north station and then maybe even as far as SeaTac and then get on a light rail there. It's still going north of Star Lake, but yeah, service suspended there, waiting to get more information on that. Volume definitely building into downtown on northbound I-5 already past the West Seattle Bridge. 45 minutes for the drive there. Also about 40 from Puyallup to Renton. Out of the north end, definitely seeing heavy brake lights away from, or getting into Northgate, I should say. Already 50 minutes from Everett to Seattle, about 45 from Everett to Bellevue. And I'm watching my live cameras on 4th. It's still open for about another 15 minutes, but I wouldn't push it because you don't want to get down there and find your route is not open. This report brought to you by Home Comfort Alliance. For nearly 50 years, 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance. Right now, save up to $2,000 on new heating and cooling. Call the Comfort people, homecomfortalliance.com.
Reliable, refreshing, and ready every morning. Seattle's Morning News.
6:15, glad to have you with us on this Victory Day in Seattle.
It's going to be beautiful. I hope you got to enjoy the gorgeous sunshine yesterday.
So nice.
Felt like a taste of spring. The rain, of course, it is still technically winter. It must return. But what can we expect for the parade today?
Well, why don't we ask meteorologist Scott Sistek? He writes the Emerald City Weather blog, all decked out in a Hawks gear. Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, Scott, so first of all, what should we expect for the next few hours as the parade gets underway in Seattle?
It looks fine. There's some clouds around here, but there's no precipitation or anything. So, I mean, we're used to clouds, certainly. And then the sun will start breaking out here as we get through into the late morning and midday hours. So I think during the parade itself, like the 11 to 1 o'clock or whatever, it looks absolutely gorgeous. And like you guys were talking about earlier, it's like a far cry from last year because I remember how frozen
it was so cold.
I was last year, and they said the high was 31, but it's like the wind chill was in the teens that morning.
Yeah. Are you going to the parade?
I'm going to go to the stadium celebration.
Nice.
Oh, look at Scott. He got tickets to the stadium. Nice, nice.
We got the miracle worker with Ticketmaster.
So, tolerable today for the weather and probably pretty nice. This is, I think I've seen you call it, and a lot of people around here, we call it false spring.
Yes.
So just maybe could you elaborate, how common is that we just warm up when it's still technically winter and yet we still have a lot of winter in front of us?
I think it happens pretty much. A lot of places have fall spring in there, and it's just, you finally get a weather pattern where everything aligns with the stars and you get just like a warm surge of air that's not supposed to be here this time of year. And of course, for us, it's been pretty extended. If you ask the people back east, it's been like, what fall spring? We felt like we've been in the Arctic blast for weeks now. And that's, of course, been in turn why we have been so warm and mild. So yeah, fall spring is here, but fall spring is ending. Spoiler alert, the long range forecast says we may be getting back to real winter here and getting rid of fall spring.
We haven't even really had real winter yet, have we?
No, and if you look, there's a whole bunch of cities out there that have had more snow than Seattle this winter. That are really embarrassing cities. It's like Pensacola, Florida. There's cities, Texas. The Gulf Coast has had some snow, and so yeah, it has not been a winter. I think we're only a trace, like a fraction behind Salt Lake City, which has also been in the doldrums this winter. But yeah, it's not been good. I know a lot of people. Some people are enjoying it. On my blog, I get a lot of people commenting like, "We love the sun, we love the 53," and it's like I'm with you on a few days. Like it's fine to have, a brief like false 2 days of spring, but for weeks on end, it's not good.
What are the implications here for the snowpack?
So right now the snowpack's still not doing well. And it's like, even after we came out of that really warm stretch last week, we thought, okay, we're going to cool off here, but we really didn't get a whole lot of moisture with that last system that came in here. It was pretty warm. And so it's still at the short term not good, but the long term, and I know we say this every time we talk this winter, it's like there's cold air in the long range, there's cold air in the long range forecast. There's cold air in the long range forecast again. This looks a little more believable because it's not like extreme, like really scary cold or big Arctic blast or anything. It's just more like of a cooling, more like a chill. And so that's all we need to start getting the snow levels back down to normal. At least they should actually be a little below normal, but at least start getting some mountain snow going, especially next week, a little bit this weekend, and then more so next week.
I was talking to the boss yesterday, and he's actually going to Oregon in search of snow. He's a big skier, and he's like, it's been awful here. Is it any better down there?
No, it's actually worse down there. I was thinking, like, I don't know if I'd go to Oregon. Northern Oregon and Central Oregon has even had less snow than we have. So I mean, if you want to go really far south, I know the Sierras are getting some snow now with a storm going into the Bay Area. I don't know if it's enough to open what their ski situation is like, but at least they've probably got some new snow up there if he wants to take like a longer drive or go north. I haven't checked on Canada. I don't know how it is up there in BC either, but the whole West is kind of a mess.
And Scott, looking at the different apps, there are a few that show some snowflakes around here for next week. Is that just wishful thinking?
It's not wishful thinking. It's probably a little overstated, but I was just looking before we came on here, and it's like, yeah, it does get cooler. The snow levels do drop. It's not, like I said, it's like a surface. Doesn't look like a widespread, like, everybody's going to get snow in Seattle. Start, practicing your snowman. But at least we may start getting some fringy snow where it's like it's 42 in the day, but it gets down to 33, 34 at night, and you time a snow shower and it's like, oh, it's snowing. It's not really sticking. So I guess that might just be the theme of our winter, but you never know. There are a few model runs out there that are a little more optimistic. Like maybe we get like a little bit of snow next week, but it's early. It's not solid. We say this all the time. It's like, it's a long range forecast for snow. Give us a break. But I think there's at least a little bit of hope. I know we're running out of time in winter, but maybe winter's got a little fourth quarter surprise.
If you could work your magic, that'd be great, because my daughter is very disappointed that we haven't seen any snow.
Yeah. This is like the first year, and I think my entire kids' school career, and they're teenagers, that they haven't had a snow day yet.
Yeah, well, Scott, I want you to have an opportunity this morning to take a victory lap, because when I interviewed you last week, you really stuck your neck out on the score prediction for the Seahawks. First of all, what was that score prediction?
It was 31-10 Seahawks.
Wow.
So you got so very close. You didn't want to say it was going to be a blowout? You felt you would jinx it? Yep. Now look at you. You're feeling pretty good, aren't you?
It's good. That 31-10 just kind of came off the top of my head as we were talking there too, because it's like, well, it's probably if you look at the numbers, it says the Seahawks are going to score a lot of points and the Patriots aren't, and that's sort of what happened. Maybe not the way you envisioned it, but it still worked. It's still the numbers on the scoreboard. So,
you know what your prize is?
But
you can come back and talk to us next week.
Awesome. That's a great thing. We'll do predictions every week.
All right. Well, enjoy your time at Lumen Field this morning, and enjoy the parade as well. Meteorologist Scott Sistek, Emerald City Weather blog, emeraldcityweather.com. Scott, thanks for your time this morning.
Sure. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, man.
Have a blast. We'll talk to you later. Just about 6:23. Right now, we need to check the roads. It is going to be a very, very busy day, and Chris Sullivan is here.
KIRO News Radio Traffic Alert.
You got to be kidding me.
Oh, no.
Copper wire thieves.
You know what? That was my first question.
Are to blame for the suspension of light rail service out of Federal Way this morning. Just got that confirmed from Sound Transit. Jillian's out doing an interview with Sound Transit right now in our newsroom. But someone ripped the wires along that corridor. Again. And that is why the one line is suspended on the day of the year when everybody and their cousin, it needs to take light rail. to get into downtown Seattle. So Line 1 service is suspended between Angle Lake and Star Lake. So basically you can't go north of Federal Way. They're turning people away. They're trying to get a bus bridge going. I just talked to Helen on our text line. She had just dropped off her son, or he just went to the Tukwila station, and it's already packed this morning. He had to park an auxiliary, and he's just going to work. That's his normal. So, yeah, that's our issue on the day we needed light rail to work for us the best. Some copper thieves decided to go in there and cause a little mayhem. So, yeah, thanks a lot. So anyway, that's a big problem for people out of the south end. Coming down, the rest of the service is great. Now, if you have an option right now and you were normally going to catch light rail, find a way to a Sounder station. And maybe park there and take the fixed rail into downtown. As we said yesterday, this is a day you're going to have plan B, C, D, E, and F. Well, right now we're throwing a Hail Mary on this and try to get to a Sounder station. As for the traffic getting into downtown, not terrible yet on I-5 northbound, though there is a lot more action around the West Seattle Bridge, getting into downtown, into the downtown core already. 45 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle. Coming down from the north end, looks about normal at this point. 35 minutes out of the Linwood area for both 5 and 405. So those are still options for you. 4th Ave is still open, though they were in the process of putting the barricades up right now. It looks like they're actually closing it right now at Washington. Seeing the trucks there loading out with the barriers at this particular moment. So that option may be gone for you as well. Rest of the map, Renton to Bellevue about 20 minutes, Valley Freeway about 45. So yeah, thanks a lot. We can't have good things. Thieves, come on. This is just garbage. This report brought to you by Bradley Johnson Lawyers and 1-800-DUI-OA, serving the Pacific Northwest for over 30 years with hundreds of 5-star reviews. 1-800-DUI-OA.com.
Our forecast, it's going to be a nice day for the parade. Hope you can make it there. Fog in some spots this morning, otherwise sunshine in 51. Clouding up tomorrow, showers by Friday. It's 43 in Seattle right now, and coming up, we'll take you back to Lumen Fields, where we find KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey getting ready for the big Super Bowl parade. It's now 6:25.
A word here for the team at Boss Retirement Solutions in Seattle. Listen, you have been up for a while now, right? You've got your coffee in hand. You're heading into another long day at work. You see traffic, brake lights, the whole grind, and you do it anyway, day after day, because you plan ahead. You save. You're trying to retire the right way. So here's a question. How would you feel when you are finally ready to retire, 30 to 40% of what you've saved ends up going to taxes, money that doesn't go to you and doesn't go to your family? The good news is it doesn't have to happen like that. If you've saved more than $300,000, there may be tax strategies available to you, similar to what higher net worth families have used for years. Boss Retirement Solutions here in the Seattle area is offering a free retirement tax savings analysis. No gimmicks, no obligation, just a clear look at how much of your retirement money you may be able to keep. Call Boss Retirement Solutions, 206-210-1350. That's 206-210-1350. Again, it's 206-210-1350.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
Boss, a complete jerk who denied your time off request for the parade? Stuck at home with the kids because the babysitter's going to the parade? We got you.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Follow KIRO News Radio on all your social media platforms and at mynorthwest.com for all the content, sights, and sounds that'll make you feel like you're on 4th Avenue with nearly 1 million of your fellow 12s. From the home of the Super Bowl champion Seahawks, KIRO News Radio.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's Renter's Insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
It's a fact. When your eyes work correctly, light focuses through both your cornea and your lens to give you high-quality vision. Hi, it's Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision. Here's another fact. As we near age 50, we begin to lose the quality and function of our natural lens. That's when we start to reach for reading glasses and contemplate those cataracts on the horizon, typically in our 70s or later, but inevitable if we get old enough. Fortunately, K2 Vision has the advanced permanent solution for both, refractive lens exchange, or RLE. K2 Vision RLE is a quick, painless procedure that restores distance and near vision permanently. Plus, another thing is permanent. You will never develop a cataract. After over 20 years replacing over 100,000 failing lenses, we will help you determine when it's your right time for RLE. Go to k2visionrle.com and schedule a free Zoom consultation today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers. Permanently.
I'm worried.
About what?
Water.
Oh?
Hot water, if you really want to know.
Water heater worries?
Worried it's wearing down.
Running out?
The hot doesn't last like it used to.
So you're...
Worried.
I got a guaranteed fix.
Let me guess. A new water heater.
Right, but...
That's what worries me.
Well, worry no more.
Why?
What you need is an Apollo Plumbing water heater.
Because?
We include Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
Wrenchie's what?
Worry-free warranty.
Which means?
When it wears out, we replace it.
No extra charge.
As an A-List Club member, you're covered for life.
For life?
For as long as you're an A-List member. You get annual life-extending water heater flushes included.
So it lasts longer.
Right.
And when it needs replacement,
you're covered.
With no worries.
Because it's Wrenchie's
worry-free warranty.
What else would you expect from the Ready Right Now plumbers?
Apollo Plumbing.
Home of Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
What about tankless ones?
Worry-free too.
Gotta love that Wrenchie.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It is 6:31. It's Seahawks Victory Parade Day, and we have a big problem for transit.
That's right. Wire thieves have taken wire from just outside the Star Lake station for the light rail for Sound Transit. Here is Sound Transit's Henry Bendon.
While we were preparing service today, we identified incidents of wire theft along the Federal Way Link extension and immediately dispatched crews to make repairs.
Our understanding is those repairs are about to be complete. The service is about to get started again, but this could cause all sorts of issues throughout the day.
We'll get to Sully for an update on traffic here in just a moment. Well, the parade doesn't start until 11, but there are already fans, tons of them, gathering along 4th Avenue downtown.
That's where we find KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey joining us live outside Lumen Field. Luke?
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, the celebration has already started, and we're outside Lumen.
I'm afraid we're going to have to reconnect, huh?
I think we might have to.
I think Luke is having too much fun already.
And if you guys remember the last time we had a
lost
parade,
cell service.
Everybody lost cell service. So
hopefully early for that
we've got that figured out. I hear Luke in the background.
Are you back with us?
Can you hear me now? I'm back.
I can hear you now.
You're back, buddy.
Oh, excellent. See, we are celebrating after all. Yeah, the party is underway. There are vendors everywhere. There are people walking to Lumen Field, walking to the parade route from here as well. There are people just, every now and then you hear yelling, chants, Seahawks. And I got to tell you, being at the Super Bowl, it was like watching a family reunion there. Complete strangers, everyone wearing the same colors, everyone hoping for a win. And by the end of the game, there were a lot of hugs and there were a lot of tears there in Santa Clara. And I know there will be today as well when people see that Lombardi trophy and the Hawks streaming by on 4th Avenue. They've got the lights on here at Lumen Field. Right on the Jumbotron, it says World Champions. Does not get better than that. Today is a celebration, obviously, for the team and their big win, but also for the 12s.
I'm trying to go up and get a seat somewhere nice, somewhere, anywhere along the route. It'd be great to see the parade.
It's about being loud and getting caught up in the atmosphere and being excited and, 68,000 in there or 1 million here. It's just getting caught up in that energy is an experience that not a lot of people get.
So the parade will start at 11 near Lumen Field. The celebration inside Lumen Field with the trophy and the players and the team, that's going to be an hour earlier at 10 o'clock. Then the team will head up 4th Avenue to Seattle Center. 4th Avenue is closed, shut down right now. We're expecting about 1 million people lining the parade route, decked in blue and green. Other quick notes. A lot of businesses and schools are closed down today for parking. Well, if you haven't figured that out by now, good luck. We're going to obviously monitor all those transportation issues we're hearing about. King County Metro is running at maximum service today so they can get people to and from. Light rail supposed to be coming every 6 minutes. But again, updates on that transportation we'll be having all morning long because of that copper theft. My goodness, what happened there? And then we'll have a lot of information for you on mynorthwest.com. Check it out. We've got everything lined up. Hey, have fun today if you're heading down here. Be careful, be safe. There are a lot of people, but all day long we're talking with the 12s. We're going to be celebrating. I'm going to be inside Lumen Field later on and then walking the parade route, so cannot wait to talk with all the fans today. What a day.
Those are joyful honks we hear behind you, too, Luke.
It's so early to be honking.
6:35, the party's already started, I'm telling you.
Okay, we need to get over to Sully for a check on traffic.
And if you wanted to, right now that they've closed 4th Avenue, a really good spot to maybe put your chairs right there at 4th and Washington, right at the intersection. I'm looking at it live. There are like 2 people there holding up a 12 flag, but there's a whole lot of room right there to go put a hammock or a bunch of couches or whatever you want to do. But just remember, you got to remove it time of the parade. Still waiting for an update from Sound Transit on when they're going to get service restored out of Federal Way. Right now, light rail service suspended between Angle Lake and Star Lake because of that copper theft. So hoping they'll be able to take care of that and get people, that reliable ride up into downtown. Federal Way to Seattle is already running at 45 minutes. We're already at 55 from Everett to Bellevue and 50 from Everett to Seattle with very heavy brake lights away from Linwood on 405. I'm looking to see if there's a crash there right where the express lanes begin. Rest of the map, Puyallup to Renton is about 45. Renton to Bellevue is about 20 now. Lake Bridges are quiet. There's a little crash in Fife. There it is blocking in the southbound direction, the right lane, and it looks like we might have a crash just a little bit to the west of that there by Port of Tacoma Road in the northbound direction. So I'll have more for you on that in 10. This report brought to you by the KIRO Newsradio App. Text app to 888-973-5476. Download your KIRO Newsradio app and listen to your favorite shows. Get the latest news and updates right to your phone.
A few clouds around this morning, but it's going to be a beautiful day for a parade. Sunshine and 51, much warmer than it was last time around. Mostly cloudy for tomorrow, and then by Friday we'll start to see some showers again with highs only in the mid and upper 40s. Right now it's 43 in Seattle.
Time for the opening bell report. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger looks at the just-released government numbers on employment for last month.
Every year, the Bureau of Labor Statistics refines its numbers by incorporating more comprehensive data. It's based on the unemployment filings that employers make for the 12 months through March. And back in September, the Bureau estimated that the most recent levels may have been 911,000 jobs lower than the current published value. Today, we found out that that number came in pretty close. 898,000 fewer jobs than originally reported.
The battle over the proposed millionaire tax continues in Olympia. Hundreds of healthcare providers and educators rallied on the steps of the state capitol yesterday in support of the bill that would put a nearly 10% tax on people who earn more than $1 million a year.
Millionaires, pay your dues. Kids' future depends on you.
Senate Republican leader John Braun is against it.
This is a big deal. We have a lot of work to do to stop this bill.
Critics of the bill say eventually this income tax will apply to the middle class and not just high earners.
According to a new survey, more employers are thinking about moving their businesses out of Washington.
Morgan Irwin, vice president of the Association of Washington Business, tells Jake and Spike, historically, about 8 or 9% of businesses say they're thinking about moving. But according to the association's latest employer survey, that number has now jumped to 17%.
That's a troubling trend, and that's something that we're seeing right now.
44% of the people who took the survey say they are looking to live in another state. Number one reason? Taxes. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Midsummer, that's when Boeing expects to open its fourth 737 MAX production line in Everett, according to the Seattle Times. The line was announced in 2023. Boeing is hoping to boost its monthly production of MAX planes from 42 to 63.
Well, airspace above El Paso was shut down for several hours. It was very mysterious this morning what the heck was happening. All flights were grounded, and the FAA had said that could take up to 10 days. Well, it has in the past hour been reopened, and CBS News is reporting the FAA closure was triggered by Mexican cartel drones breaching U.S. airspace. The Department of War, they say, took action to disable those drones. As of now, the FAA and the Department of War have determined no threat to commercial travel.
Well, trading is underway for the day on Wall Street. Stocks are higher. The Dow up 241 points, and we're standing at 50,417 right now. My computer was just updating. S&P 500 is up about 31. NASDAQ is up 86.
An earth-rattling quake and a 100-foot tsunami. Scientists say it's not a matter of if, but when we'll see the earthquake that will shake up western Washington as we know it. Our whole area is at risk, and we're tracking the paths of destruction to show you the areas, even inland, that could see the most damage. KIRO 7 investigates what's being done to help get you out of danger fast and keep your community safer. Thursday at 5:30 only on KIRO 7 TV.
It's 6:40, Sully. It's going to be a very busy morning around here.
It already is, and I'm waiting to get some confirmation from Sound Transit on whether or not they're going to get light rail service up quickly out of Federal Way. We'll talk about it coming up next.
The opening bell is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund.
Not sure how to tackle your taxes? Are you sweating the small print? You may be experiencing FOMO, the fear of messing up. The answer? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it. With a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. It's time to take your taxes to the max. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return, but I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do? My refund, though. I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Olympic Hot Tub Super Smart Top Special is here. Hey, it's Ryan Rowland-Smith. This is your chance to save now on your new hot tub and get a free Smart Top worth $3,700. Take it from me because I have one. Smart Top is the ultimate cover for your tub. Strong, long-lasting, and ready to defend your tub against northwest weather. Super Smart Top special savings will make you feel, well, super. Details at OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice.
DayandNight.net.
Save $1,700 when you have Day and Night match your current furnace with a qualifying AC or heat pump.
Your furnace is lonely all by itself, but it doesn't have to be. With our Matchmaker Special, we'll match your furnace with a perfect air conditioner or heat pump to keep your furnace company and your home comfy all year round.
Match your furnace to a qualifying cooling system and save $1,700.
DayandNight.net.
643, let's check traffic with Chris Sullivan.
And we do have a crash to tell you about on northbound I-5 in the Fife area. This one is blocking, looks like the HOV lane right at the Port of Tacoma Road, and so we're starting to see a significant backup there. So plan on a couple of minutes lost. By the way, heard from our good friend Marguerite, who's down in Lacey. She's trying to get up to the Seahawks parade today, and she asked me, she normally takes a backdoor way to get up to I-5 onto Mounts Road using the old Nisqually Road, the cutoff. Well, there's a crash up there just over and so she's kind of stuck in that. So if that's your normal go-to and you're trying to get to I-5, just stick with I-5. That again, just off the road kind of a thing. But you know, every one of these, we all have our own personal ways to get to work, right, and or get to where you're going, and yeah, we don't need that. The biggest issue today, this morning, continues to be the loss of light rail service between Angle Lake and Star Lake. That's coming up out of Federal Way, in the Federal Way area. We're waiting for confirmation from the Sound Transit on when they're going to get that restored. They were hoping to get it restored pretty quickly here soon. They had copper wire theft overnight that caused a power outage that they've been working on for about 2.5 hours now. Federal Way to Seattle itself running about 45 minutes. It's actually not too bad on I-5 if you want to use that as a way to get into downtown right now. The Valley Freeway, about 45 minutes from end to end, 25 from Renton to Bellevue. I-5 southbound, surprisingly, is not terrible getting through Northgate at this particular moment. It's only running 50 minutes out of Everett. However, we're well over an hour and 10 minutes from Everett down into Bellevue with the 405 corridor being really slammed today. Lake bridges are fine. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial, 97.3 HD2.
We're going to see a mix of clouds and sunshine for today. We're headed for a high of 51. Perfect weather for a parade tomorrow. We're going to stay mostly cloudy. Showers arrive by Friday, and once they start, it looks like we'll see showers on Saturday and Sunday, too. Right now, it's 43 in Seattle.
Coming up, the latest updates on the search for Nancy Guthrie. She's been missing for over 10 days now. We'll check in with former FBI Special Agent Jennifer Coffindaffer. That's next on Seattle's Morning News.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
Yep, it's raining out there. Integrity Roofing and Construction is your trusted local roofing team. Integrity offers free estimates, and their customer satisfaction speaks for itself. They'll keep your home leak-free and protected from the northwest rains. Visit integrityrc.com to schedule a roof assessment or video inspection today. With years of experience in roofing and restoration, their skilled team can help with a simple roof repair or a full renovation. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Schedule your free estimate today. Visit integrityrc.com. That's integrityrc.com.
Experience the iconic Mexican music group Bronco at Muckleshoot Casino Resort, Saturday, February 28th at 8 p.m. They've sold more than 20 million albums and performed for audiences all over the world. Now Bronco is bringing their modern take on regional Mexican sound live to Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Tickets are on sale now at muckleshootcasino.com.
Seattle's morning news. Always live, always connected. Stream, watch, subscribe, and share at mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. It is 6:49. Well, the search continues. 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie has now been missing for more than 10 days. And breaking news overnight, a man police had detained for questioning has been released.
Let's get the latest update with former FBI Special Agent Jennifer Coffendaffer, a law and justice contributor at News Nation. Jennifer, let us know what's the latest on this guy who was detained and now has been released.
Well, the latest is indeed he was questioned. He was detained. His home was searched. He was actually living at his mother-in-law's house because he'd been evicted. But nevertheless, I believe he has been cleared from this investigation, and whatever led them there, they determined that those facts did not add up to his involvement in the Guthrie kidnapping.
Some pretty disturbing footage from Nancy Guthrie's doorbell camera was released yesterday. Why did it take so long to get that?
Well, it took so long because she didn't have a subscription. So essentially there was no cloud coverage of that. So they had to really backdoor it and find the hard drive, because no matter what, whether you have a subscription or not, you can bet the Nest camera people are keeping that footage.
That is something I was not aware of, so that is actually something important to know. We look at the video on the porch. What do you make of the kidnappers' actions as you viewed them?
Well, first of all, a very, very much of a nonchalance. He wasn't worried about anything. He took his time. Definitely, in my opinion, not a trained professional, no military or police background. The way he held his gun, which was holstered oddly with no thumb break loose. He didn't have anything to cover the camera. He was actually pulling branches to obscure his face. He was well covered, but those items he wore, I think, are probably going to be his fate because they're very unique.
And do we know yet if this footage has led to any leads?
Well, I think the lead, one of the leads was definitely what happened last night, where the SWAT team descended, did that car stop, and then executed that search warrant. But unfortunately, that lead did not pan out.
Any reason for that small deposit into the Bitcoin ransom account TMZ is reporting on? I heard something like $300 deposited yesterday.
Right, $300, which is 0.000015 Bitcoin, was deposited, and that's done for two reasons. First of all, to ensure the legitimacy of that number and a transfer could have been made, and secondly, we call that dusting, and that's actually to see if there is any response to that account deposit.
What do you make of all the ransom notes that have come in and the deadlines that have come and gone?
I think the ransom notes, unfortunately, were a distraction. They made no sense. They came in 3 days after the abduction. They came into the media. They came in when law enforcement was crawling. That is not what you do if you're hoping to get a ransom demand paid.
What's with the strange language structure used by the Guthrie family in those videos released? Savannah is a trained communications professional. She wouldn't normally speak like that. Is that typical language for hostage situations?
Well, 100% that was created by the FBI's behavioral analysis unit, and that was to implore in the language that they thought would be best for an abductor to respond. So those were definitely scripted responses that you saw.
As a former FBI special agent, where do you go next with this case? It just seems like everyone's baffled.
Yes, well, there is more information that was gleaned from that house. Remember, there was a new video video recorder that was found on the roof. I think they're going to be poring over that video footage and trying to see if they can make it usable, to see if there's any video there. Also in the neighborhood, and also multiple other searches were done, including the car, and a second search done at Annie Guthrie's house, which is the daughter of Nancy Guthrie.
We're more than 10 days into this, and not to be too pointed, but what are the odds here of a happy outcome?
The odds aren't good. I would say possible. You always say there's a possibility, but certainly not probable because of her condition and also because of the nature of this abduction, seemingly a sort of a non-professional going in and abducting her.
When you say her condition, that's she needed medication within 24 hours, correct?
That's correct. She has a pacemaker, and so I believe she would have had to have been on blood thinners. And that was evident also in the photos of her, right? All the bruising along her hands. So without that medication, it would be very difficult for her to sustain this long.
Okay. Well, thoughts and prayers, of course, that she is okay. And Jennifer Coffendaffer, really appreciate your time this morning and your expertise. Please join us again soon.
Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you. It's 6:54. We need to get over to Sully for an update on traffic.
And it looks like we will be getting Sound Transit light rail trains running again here in the next little bit out of the Federal Way area. Copper wire thieves knocked the power out this morning between Angle Lake and Star Lake. The alert on Sound Transit's page says the event will be over at 7:15. So that tells me that they're getting ready to start rolling trains. They have to roll one at really low speed first to make sure that there isn't anything in the way.
Jillian is on the phone with Sound Transit. She says the trains are now running.
Perfect. Okay, so that's great. So maybe you early folks, you kind of got hosed a little, but if that was your plan right now, but you may not have luck finding parking there at this rate. But anyway, that's certainly positive. Getting into downtown right now, not bad. It's only 45 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle. And getting in from the north end isn't bad either. I think a lot of people are trying to use light rail out on the north end. In fact, we just heard that the light rail in Linwood parking lot's already full. And again, don't park in the neighborhood businesses around it. Even though it's not signed, they're going to tow you. We've already had problems with that even on a day not like this. Only 50 minutes from Everett to Seattle. About an hour and 5, though, from Everett to Bellevue. KIRO Newsradio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Chris Sullivan.
It's going to be a nice day. We'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine and a high of 51. It's 43 in Seattle right now.
Coming up, we head live to downtown Seattle where Luke Ducey is at the Super Bowl parade route.
Boss, a complete jerk who denied your time off request for the parade? Stuck at home with the kids because the babysitter's going to the parade? We got you.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Follow KIRO News Radio on all your social media platforms and at mynorthwest.com for all the content, sights, and sounds that'll make you feel like you're on 4th Avenue with nearly 1 million of your fellow 12s. From the home of the Super Bowl champion Seahawks, KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
At Guardian Roofing, Gutters, and Insulation, we understand improving your home is an investment in your family, and we're here to help make it easier. With our flexible financing, keeping your family safe, comfortable, and dry has never been more affordable. For more than 20 years, Guardian has earned the trust of thousands of homeowners across the Pacific Northwest with a reputation for quality that lasts. So why wait? Start guarding your home today. Call or visit guardianroofing.com.
For almost 50 years, over 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance, including me, John Curley here. If comfort and energy savings matter to you, now is the time. Save up to $2,000 on a new Lennox heating and cooling system. Home Comfort Alliance will replace your system with one tailored to your home's layout and energy optimization. Visit homecomfortalliance.com to save up to $2,000 on a Lennox and schedule a free consultation. For heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical, call the Comfort People. Home Comfort Alliance.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
If you've been injured in a car accident, you have two choices. Handle everything yourself or hire an experienced attorney. Go it alone, and you'll be on the phone with insurance adjusters, chasing medical records, fighting for lost wages, and trying to figure out what your case is really worth. Hire the right attorney, and they take all that off your plate so you can focus on getting better. Harold Carr Law Offices has a dedicated team of 48 people and more than 35 years of experience handling car accident cases right here in our community. Harold Carr Law Offices handles big cases and small ones while still treating their clients like family. Here's the difference they make. They save you time, reduce your stress, and get you significantly more money than you'd ever get on your own. Harold Carr Law Offices fights for you at no out-of-pocket cost to you. If you're in a car accident, call them right away. Visit carlaw.com. 2 R's in car. Car accident? Call CAR.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up with care management that ensures doctors work together on complicated conditions. We show up with the latest in online tools to make healthcare easier to use anytime. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
We're the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Hours after the FAA announced it was closing the airport in El Paso, Texas, over security concerns for 10 days, it's reopened. The problem, turns out, were drones from Mexico. Transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve.
There had been concern about cartel drones that appeared to have breached U.S. airspace, prompting a government response. And those activities were creating some concerns about how all of those aircraft would interact with commercial aircraft, prompting the FAA, out of an abundance of caution, to halt all flights under 18,000 feet.
The Pentagon says the drones have been disabled. The El Paso airport is just across the border from Juarez, Mexico. A man investigators called a person of interest in Nancy Guthrie's kidnapping has been released after he was detained at a traffic stop south of Tucson.
They just told me, stop moving. Like, what's your name? Carlos. And that's it. They put me in the cop car. I got to wait like 2 hours. I waited like 2 hours until the detectives came here and everything.
It happened hours after the FBI released surveillance images of a masked person with a handgun holster outside Guthrie's door in Tucson. She's been missing for a week and a half now. The job market stronger than expected in January.
The Labor Department says the unemployment rate fell to 4.3% as employers added 130,000 jobs last month. Wall Street was only expecting 50,000.
This is a very healthy labor market overall.
Joseph Quinlan, the head of market strategy at Bank of America, was happy to see more people jumping back into the labor market because companies everywhere are looking for workers.
Good job growth, a lot of demand. So this is a very good story for the underlying economy heading deeper into 2026.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
A big brewer is planning layoffs.
Heineken will cut up to 6,000 jobs, 7% of its workforce, over the next 2 years because of an industry-wide drop in demand for beer caused by rising prices and consumers moderating their alcohol consumption. The Dutch brewer says beer sales were down last year in critical markets, including Europe and the U.S.
CBS's Jim Crisula reporting. Lots of Seahawks fans will be calling out sick. Seattle is throwing a parade for its Super Bowl champs this morning. Lauren Ozick will be among them.
I told my manager, though, way before we even went to the Super Bowl, I said if we win, I'm not coming in on whatever day the parade follows.
The city estimates as many as 1 million fans could show up for the parade today. The Dow is up 119 points. This is CBS News.
Take control of your financial life. Follow and listen to Money Watch with Jill Schlesinger on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
7:03, a very busy Wednesday morning. Let's check in with Sully.
And if you're trying to get into downtown, we're going to get you there to the parade as best we can. Positive news, the closure of light rail service out of Federal Way is over. They've been able to repair the stolen copper wire and get service going again. You may not be able to find parking, though, because there are a ton of people that were waiting there at Federal Way and at Angle Lake. So that is positive. Trains are moving again. Federal Way into Seattle is actually not too bad. It's only running 45 minutes. Those last couple of miles are really not all that bad. I'm not really seeing too much on 99 either. Remember, 4th Ave is closed right now, and there are a bunch of people stuck there trying to figure out what to do as they're being turned away. So coming in that direction isn't bad, and actually coming in from the north end isn't bad either. It's lighter than I expected. So I'm assuming a lot of people might be on light rail, because I also heard from one of our listeners that the Linwood station is already full. And so the travel time from Linwood to Seattle right now is only 30 minutes. That's right where it should be, even with the Revive I-5. So that's great. Problem, it's 50 minutes out of Linwood, so we're still losing 20 minutes there. Lake bridges are fine. Renton to Bellevue looks normal. So does the Valley Freeway. So if you're trying to get into downtown now, your window is closing, but it's not bad right now. This report brought to you by Wilcox Farms. Cage-free eggs are good, range-free better. Mobile pasture eggs are the best. Choose the best for your family. Locally fresh Wilcox Family Farms eggs.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Well, the Seahawks Super Bowl parade doesn't start until 11, but there are already tons of fans gathering along 4th Avenue in downtown Seattle.
People are feeling festive, I would say. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey joins us live from outside Lumen Field. Luke?
Oh, hey, good morning, everyone. Yeah, the party is already underway. The celebration has begun outside of Lumen Field here. You can probably hear the horns in the background. There are hundreds and hundreds of 12s just outside, either going into the stadium for the celebration, or they're outside with me, like Malachi, a 12 here. Malachi, you were here for the NFC Championship game. You're back for the parade. How excited are you about today celebrating the Hawks?
I mean, it's a dream come true with that. Words can't describe how excited I am.
Well, words can't describe, but let me ask you this. Can words describe what it means to be a 12, a fan of the Seahawks today?
I mean, just being a part of the 12s is a dream come true. I mean, it's great.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now give me a big Seahawks, guys. Come on. Kick it off.
Seahawks! Seahawks! Seahawks!
Malachi, awesome. And I don't know if you could hear it in the background. There were other people all around responding to that Seahawks cheer. Lumen Field is lit up on the Jumbotron. It says it simply, world champions. I was down there in Santa Clara and San Francisco, and I got to tell you, down there I saw decades of memories and decades of pride. And I'm seeing the same thing here this morning. We are celebrating, really, each other.
I'm looking forward to just seeing the guys. Just seeing them smiling and celebrating.
I want to see a Marshawn Lynch moment. I want to see a bottle of Henny go down or something. You know what I mean? Like something cool, because it's a bunch of characters, man. Young dude.
Just the excitement and all around just the activities and knowing that we made it again and we'll be back next year for sure.
Yeah, we absolutely will. The trophy celebration begins inside Lumen Field at 10 o'clock this morning. The parade is going to start at 11 near Lumen Field, all the way up 4th Avenue. 4th Avenue is closed right now, shut down, because we're expecting close to 1 million people lining that route, decked out in their blue and action green. As you can hear, again, the celebration is underway. For all your transportation information, you're still trying to make it down here or get to work even. I think a lot of businesses are closed, though. MyNorthwest.com. We've got all that information for you. I'll be walking the parade route a little bit later, talking with 12s all day long. Cannot wait for that. The Seahawks are world champions.
In the midst of all the honking and the cheering and the chanting, I think I heard the Seagulls getting into it, too.
Yeah, they're ready. They're all ready. Luke will be checking in with you throughout the morning. It is expected to be one of the busiest transit days in a decade, perhaps.
While we were preparing service today, we identified incidents of wire theft along the Federal Link extension and immediately dispatched crews to make repairs.
Yeah, service shut down on Sound Transit's light rail line between Angle Lake and Star Lake. That was from 4 in the morning to 7. Henry Bendon with Sound Transit says this has been an ongoing problem, but because of the crowds, they caught it early. They shut down the line, made repairs, and got trains back running.
Also, Sound Transit is going to run Link trains every 6 minutes from Linwood to Federal Way. There will also be extra Sounder trains from Tacoma and Everett. Patience will be the word of the day.
Well, how do you move almost 1 million people around downtown Seattle? The answer is to take transit, not drive your car. Here's KIRO 7 TV's Brandon Thompson on transit options for the parade.
What are the lessons from 2014?
To make sure that we have the vehicles and the staff available.
Metro will have more staff and buses on, but will stop outside of downtown, meaning bus riders will have to take shuttles to the beginning and end of the parade.
There will be shuttles that will get you as close as they can.
I would expect not only a long morning commute, but a difficult evening commute as well.
Meaning it's best to plan ahead.
Have a plan A, have a plan B.
Well, Seahawks coach Mike McDonald says he's using social media to relive the Super Bowl celebrations here in Seattle. The coach tells 710 Seattle Sports there's a special Super Bowl folder on his Instagram account.
Like there's videos of like our city when it goes to 0 and there's like chants going on, there's fireworks going. I mean, out of the it's just. I want to just capture all of it, so there it is.
I think you'll have a few more videos to add after the victory parade through downtown Seattle today.
Better believe it. No political debate over the Seahawks. State Senate has passed a resolution honoring their Super Bowl victory. Republican Nikki Torres sponsored the resolution.
This resolution recognizes not just wins and statistics, but the teamwork, leadership, and resilience that define this organization and unite fans across Washington state.
The resolution received unanimous support.
Keeping you informed since 1974. This is the city's longest-running radio news show. Seattle's Morning News on KIRO Newsradio.
Look at Jillian in the newsroom. Everyone's dancing, ready for a parade. Sully, nice moves.
I don't think those were nice moves.
I think some of their younger listeners, perhaps in the studio right now, are a little taken aback.
Yeah,
it's okay, Sam. It's okay.
We haven't said hello to Sam yet.
Sam Harger, my son, 13-year-old, is here. We're going to the parade right after the show, and we need to get moving.
How on earth did you get out of bed at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Took a little while.
You did it, Dad. Good job.
Yeah. Well, that is Manda Factor. I'm Charlie Harger, and, of course, Jillian is out in the newsroom dancing and staying on top of Sound Transit news for us.
Yeah, and so is Chris Sullivan, because that was quite a big issue and a scare this morning.
Oh, yeah, big time. That's the best way to get in and out. So, yeah, glad that's resolved.
Okay, all morning long, we have Luke Ducey out on 4th Avenue with people already lining up ahead of the Seahawks victory parade.
Also coming up this hour of the show, former State Attorney General Rob McKenna will explain why a new bill in the legislature has to define what an election is.
Plus, in today's commentary at 7:35, today is a huge moment for the city, and I suggest you don't miss it if you're able to.
It's now 7:11. A rally in support of the proposed millionaire tax and a vow to stop it. Here's KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay.
Critics of the nearly 10% tax on people who earn more than $1 million say it will hurt the economy by driving away small businesses. Republican State Representative April Connor says people are already leaving the state.
Just got another email this week that they're done and they're moving to Montana.
Are we going to protect wealth? Are we going to protect lives?
Jane Hopkins, a registered nurse and union president, was among hundreds of healthcare providers and educators who rallied in support of the millionaire tax on the steps of the state capitol.
Communities are put at risk because the rich decided they needed more money and you needed less.
Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
More measles cases have been reported in Snohomish County.
The small outbreak has gone from 6 cases at the end of January to 11 confirmed cases now. However, no new exposure sites have been listed. The county health officer had said families whose children got sick were quarantining and suspected more people got sick but were staying home, helping contain the spread. This all started when a family visited from South Carolina in December, where a major outbreak is happening. There are 8 other unrelated cases in Clark County. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
It's 7:12, and that's time for a check on the weather. A mix of clouds and sunshine. Perfect weather for Parade Day. 51-hour high for today. Tomorrow's kind of a transition day. We'll stay mostly cloudy, and the showers roll in on Friday. Looks like once they start, we'll have showers on Saturday and Sunday as well. Not bad. Some sun breaks, too. Right now, it's 43 in Seattle.
Coming up on 7:13, and we need to head over to Chris Sullivan for traffic on the 3s.
And so far, so good getting into the city by car. I'm not sure what you're going to do when you get into downtown with your car, with availability of parking or things like that.
Hey, it was only $75 at T-Mobile Park this morning.
Oh,
so
wow, really?
Only $75.
Well, that's good. Well, that's cheaper than what I paid for opening weekend last year for the Mariners. Remember when I paid $100? Because I'm an idiot and I didn't read the fine print. You should too, by the way. Taxes and fees included. So it may be a little more. But yeah, getting in on northbound I-5 is quiet. We're at 45 minutes or less from from Federal Way into Seattle. 99 isn't bad. Airport Way isn't bad. My best guesstimate would probably be to park around Soto somewhere and maybe if that's where you're coming in from. But I-5 isn't bad. Coming down from the north end, not as bad as it could be considering the Revive I-5 issues that we're dealing with. It's a 40-minute trip from Linwood and about an hour from Everett, which again isn't terrible. Southbound 405 though, hour and 10 minutes now with 50 out of Linwood. 405's heavier today. Lake bridges are good. Renton to Bellevue's not bad at all. Valley Freeway is quiet at about 42 minutes from end to end. Most of Pierce County is as well. The Sound Transit has figured out the issues with the copper theft overnight down out of Federal Way, so light rail is running again. I think a lot of people got the message and are on light rail or taking Sounder, which of course is your best bet to get in and out of downtown today. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app and stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams.
Seattle's Morning News on KIRO News Radio.
7:14 now, Wednesday morning. Discussions in Olympia this week over whether it's illegal for an individual to vote twice in different jurisdictions and different states.
This comes after a Lewis County resident was found guilty of voting twice during the 2022 election. Now lawmakers are passing legislation defining what an election qualifies as.
Well, let's call up former State Attorney General Rob McKenna for the latest. What happened in this case back in 2022? Did he knowingly do this?
Apparently, yes. He had lived in Oregon and then moved to Lewis County in Washington State, received a mail-in ballot from Oregon. Of course, Oregon's an all-mail-in election state like Washington. Also received his Washington State ballot to mail in because he had transferred his voter registration to Washington, and he voted both ballots. And he was convicted of illegally voting in 2 elections under a state statute, which said that, or still says that any person who intentionally votes or attempts to vote in both this state and another state at any election is guilty of a Class C felony. Now, that seems really clear, right? But the Court of Appeals overturned this conviction, saying, well, this language, voting at any election could be interpreted, and we interpret it to be ambiguous, that it's subject to 2 reasonable interpretations. And the reason they were saying that is that this was not a national, presidential election. So there was no overlap between the people who were up for election or the measures that were on the ballots between the two elections, right? So he wasn't in a position to vote for the same person twice or on the same issue twice. And they said, well, that makes it ambiguous. Honestly, no one had ever thought it was ambiguous before. It seemed pretty clear, but now the legislature is going to amend the law to make it crystal clear that when we say you can't vote in the same election, we mean if the election date is the same, regardless of who's on the ballot.
How do they make it crystal clear? What does the bill do exactly?
Well, what it does is it changes the current language in the statute. The current language says any person who intentionally votes or attempts to vote in this state more than once at any election, or who intentionally votes or attempts to vote in both this state and another state in the same election, at any election, is guilty of a Class C felony. They would change at any election to in the same election, and then they define the term election. This is the key change in the bill. The bill did not, the statute does not currently have a definition of election in it. They would add that definition, and they would define election to mean any general, primary, or special election. And an election, I'm quoting now from the bill, an election is the same election if the election date is the same, regardless of the candidate's office's issues or measures on the ballot, and regardless of the date on which the ballots are mailed or returned. So it seemed clear to a lot of people before, but 2 out of 3 judges on this Court of Appeals panel decided it was ambiguous. So now the legislature is moving this bill ahead. It passed nearly unanimously in the Senate. It's headed to the House.
Rank this. Why is this important as we head into the 2026 midterms?
I don't think anyone thought we needed to amend this statute before the Court of Appeals ruling. So I guess it's important now because if you didn't already understand the meaning of, at any election, it's now very, very clear that if you receive a ballot in your home state, Washington, and you're still registered to vote in another state like Oregon and receive a ballot from there, it is a crime to vote both ballots. Apparently this individual decided to do that. Who knows why? But the legislature is now having to take time to take a language that seemed pretty clear and make it extremely clear.
Talking with former State Attorney General Rob McKenna, while we're talking about election security or skepticism, I want to ask you about this case in Fulton County, Georgia, where a search by the FBI took place surrounding claims of election interference from 2020. Why would there be information useful 5 years later after another election has already happened?
No idea. This appears to be an attempt by the Trump administration to revive its claims that the 2020 election was stolen in states like Georgia. And, the analysis I'm reading of this move is that it's part of a campaign to create doubt and skepticism about the upcoming midterm elections, which President Trump has acknowledged the Republicans are likely to lose, at least in the House of Representatives. And so the commentators are saying, well, this looks like an effort to, raise doubts about those upcoming elections by reviving these false claims about the 2020 election.
Rob, you are a Republican. You took office right after a very heated 2004 race for governor. You became the state attorney general right after 2004. As a Republican, though, what do you want your fellow Republicans to know about the reliability and the accuracy of Washington state elections?
I think, first of all, the 2004 election resulted in the closest race for governor in national history. I think something like 29 votes separated Chris Gregoire and Dino Rossi. And there was, evidence, in fact, proof that around 2,000 convicted felons voted in that election. That was illegal, but those ballots were counted anyway. So there was real doubt about that election, also about the use of provisional ballots. But there were tighter controls put in on mail-in voting and on provisional ballots after the 2004 election. And, Republican Kim Wyman became Secretary of State and I think further improved the system. And it just isn't any real evidence at all in our state that there's corruption or that there are large numbers of people voting illegally. The evidence just isn't there, nor is there evidence that mail-in voting is somehow less secure or, is resulting in large numbers of votes. Now, matched out against that case we were just talking about. Clearly had one person who voted twice. But it turns out that, and there's been a lot of research on this nationally, that is extremely rare. And even, in a very close election is unlikely to ever change the outcome of the election. The point is, we have a secure system. It's a system that's been designed by both Democrats and Republicans. It's been overseen by both Republicans and Democrats. And people should have confidence in Washington State's election system as a result.
Okay, Rob, and I suspect we will be talking about this a lot in the lead up into the 2026 elections. President has been talking about nationalizing these elections in many different states, up to 15 different states. What's your perspective on that?
Well, first of all, no one knows what he means by nationalizing the election. And it's interesting, he says these things, and then the White House attempts to walk it back and say, he's actually referring to specific laws that require you to show proof of identity or proof of citizenship. But he keeps saying, we need to take over these elections. And that, of course, runs right up against the Constitution, as Senate Majority Leader John Thune has pointed out, which says that the Constitution says that the states control the details of the election. The states operate the elections, and that's why we have a decentralized system. I actually think it's more secure in the sense that there's no one voting system that someone can hack, because we delegate the voting processes to states and then they delegate to counties. So we'll see what he attempts to do here, but I think right now, what it appears he's doing by saying, there's a lot of corruption and we need to nationalize the election, is to, revive doubts about the election's integrity. And I think that's very dangerous and it's irresponsible, because he's already trying to set up a narrative, as he did going in to the 2020 election, that you can't trust these election results, even though there's no actual evidence to support that claim.
Just quickly before we let you go, I don't know if you heard, but there's a little party in Seattle today. Are you coming?
I'm out of town. I would love to be there. And, I'm glad you brought that up, actually. Wasn't there a prediction that someone made in this segment a couple of weeks ago?
I was going to say, if I'm not mistaken, you predicted a blowout. You walked it back a little bit, but you were pretty confident.
Well, I'm a lawyer, so I always hedge slightly. But I really do think that it would be a one-sided victory. And watching that game, our defense was so dominant. Everyone knows, right? Everyone saw it. It was really thrilling, and I couldn't be happier for the people of Washington State and all the Seahawks fans, the 12s. I wish I could be there myself, but I'll be rooting from afar once again.
Okay, former state Attorney General Rob McKenna. Thanks, Rob. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you. Take care.
Yeah, you too. It's 7:23 right now. We need to check traffic. Sully?
And so far, so good, actually. Looks like a lot of people heeded the warning and are taking transit or different ways to get into downtown, because there's virtually no traffic on northbound I-5 at this point, which is great, unless, of course, everyone's thinking, the parade starts at 11. Yeah, show up at 10:50. Which is possible, and we can start seeing it. But yeah, right now it's only 45 minutes or less to go from Federal Way to Seattle. I mean, we're talking 15, 20 minutes faster than normal. Even coming down from the north end through the lane restrictions we have in Northgate, it's only 45 minutes from Linwood to Seattle, so only about 10 minutes slower than normal. It's 50 from Linwood into Bellevue, so also a little bit faster than we've seen during these last couple of days. That, or maybe a lot of people are just saying, I'm not even going to work today, not even thinking of going into downtown. That's also a possibility. Lake bridges are quiet. Rented to Bellevue's under a half an hour. The Valley Freeway is under 50 minutes, probably closer to 45. Most of Tacoma is quiet as well. So far, so good. This report brought to you by Wilcox Farms. Fresh food comes from local farms. Check the packaging. For healthier eggs with 3 times the omega-3s, choose Wilcox Omega-3 eggs, locally fresh since 1909.
This hour is brought to you by CM Heating.
Y'all ready, Seattle? Let's go.
It's about us. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
It's the Seahawks Super Bowl Championship Parade. This morning,
12.
It's your boy G. Scott. I'll be checking in live throughout the parade as I ride along with the Seahawks in the parade.
And Luke Ducey will be reporting live from the parade all day. Everything you need to make your plans is at mynorthwest.com. We're the home of the Super Bowl champion Seahawks. KIRO Newsradio.
Hi, Sully. Hey, guys, it's Sully. For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been one the locals trust for honest pricing, expert service, and guaranteed repairs. The dedication has earned them a Carfax Preferred designation. At Bucky's, every customer gets detailed Carfax updates, timely service reminders, and a full service history, all at your fingertips. With 16 family-owned locations, no appointment needed, and easy financing, Bucky's makes auto care simple. Visit Bucky's.com today and drive with confidence.
I'm Chris Davis, former King County prosecutor and founder of the Davis Law Group in Seattle. If you've been injured in a crash caused by impaired or drunk drivers, there are special considerations that need to be taken to protect your legal rights. Davis Law Group's team of investigators and lawyers know how to properly investigate DUI crashes and identify all parties who might be legally responsible for your injuries and damages. Call Davis Law Group at 206-888-8888 or get my free book at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Buying a car is a big decision, but Carter Subaru makes it so easy. Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealership with more than 700 vehicles in stock, the largest selection in our state. And right now, you can get the 2026 Subaru Forester starting at 0.9% financing for 36 months. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline or Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized cost. See dealer for details. Valid through 2/12/26.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Our local tax expert and advocate Greg Nunn understands the pressure that comes from owing money to the IRS. Don't let that pressure build. Call None Better Tax Resolution. From stress to success with IRS Solutions. Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Nick, did you know this is called quit time? Did you know what that is?
I do not know.
That means right about this time of the year, people quit their New Year's resolutions.
Oh, kind of like last year.
Okay, never mind. The important thing is that both of us made a New Year's resolution that we would take better care of ourselves for each other. And we're holding to that.
We are not flaming out because...
Longevity Medical Clinic. So we get the support of Longevity. We told them what our goals were, and they're like, absolutely, we'll get you in line. So they support me, they support you, and then as a couple, they're making us accountable for the decisions we make. So we're not going to be quitting on these things. I can't remember what your New Year's resolution was around the house.
My New Year's resolution around the house was that I was going to try to get you to start putting things away.
And I was going to get you to actually learn how to cook a piece of chicken.
Oh, well, that's for next year.
Okay, fine. Either way, we've got a team behind us. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Well, this week's First Mark Challenge victory goes to Andre. Andre, why did you call First Mark Insurance?
My wife and I were going to get married, and we wanted to combine our insurance for both home and auto.
Were they able to save you any money?
The money they quoted us was actually the same as what we were paying separately. However, the coverage that we received was immensely greater than what we were previously receiving. It's quite scary how unprotected we were with our previous coverage. Under First Mark, I'd probably say we doubled the coverage that we had. It was a huge deal.
What would you tell others they can expect when they make that call to First Mark?
Take the 15-minute phone call. It's totally free. It's not going to cost me a thing. And the very least that could happen is just gain a better understanding. The best that could happen is you could either save money or get much better coverage, which is exactly what happened.
Andre did it. My family did it. You got to do it, and it's totally free. Take the First Mark Challenge today. See how much they can save you and how much better your coverage will get. Maybe you will be our next First Mark Challenge victory. Just go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
Best Mortgage is proud to be the longest-running mortgage company on KIRO Radio.
For 34 years, they've been giving honest advice you can trust as your VA loan and reverse mortgage experts and debt consolidation specialists, too. Just web search Best Mortgage.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It is 7:31. It is Seahawks Victory Day in Seattle. The Super Bowl parade doesn't start until 11, but there are already a ton of fans gathering along 4th Avenue downtown.
And that's where we find KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey live outside Lumen Field, where the party has begun. Luke?
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, it certainly has outside Lumen Field. They got the lights on in the stadium and on the big Jumbotron. I can see it right there. Super Bowl champions. Doesn't get better than that. I tell you, there are not just hundreds, but thousands of people outside Lumen Field out here already. It's almost like it's a home game. And I'm here with 112, Dylan. Dylan, I got to ask you, you're going to the parade. You took off work today. What are you expecting to see? What are you hoping to see? What do you want to see in the parade?
Really just fandom to the max. I want to see the streets packed, shoulder to shoulder, all a bunch of excitement. It's been like 12 years since this lap happened. I just want to see everyone go crazy and nuts about our team.
Yeah, that's awesome. It is about our team. Thank you very much. And I'm also here with Dylan's buddy. I'm not going to give his name because let's just say, a lot of people are skipping school, skipping work today. And I hear the Seahawk flu is going around. But how excited are you about today?
I'm so excited. I'm just here to live out my childhood dream and do what I wanted to do in 5th grade. Since I couldn't be here last time we was at the Super Bowl, here I am today.
And here you are today. Hey, go have fun. Go Hawks. You guys are going to have a blast. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Guys, being down there in Santa Clara and San Francisco during the game, I heard the cheers. I saw the celebrations there, and the fans weren't just loud. They were a family, and that family is here today. 112. Early this morning, Tim told me what it's all about.
We're all part of the Seahawk family, and it's just great, to see our fellow brothers win the game. I'm just excited. I love being a 12, always be a 12 till the day I die.
And he was going to say he's having a great time. Hey, it all begins with a trophy celebration inside Lumen at 10 o'clock. It's creeping up on us here this morning. And then the big parade starts at 11 near Lumen Field down 4th Avenue. Yep, hear those fans coming by. Give me another one. Give it another one.
I got you.
Love it. 4th Avenue is closed right now. We're expecting close to 1 million people lining the parade route. We've got all your information you need on mynorthwest.com. Let's just say that Metro Bus and Sound Transit, they are picking up the pace, running maximum service today, trying to get all the fans in and out, but especially down here. If you haven't gotten parking yet, good luck. But try to get down here. It's going to be a fantastic celebration. It's already underway. Cannot wait to talk to the 12s along the parade route. Back to you all, but hey, go Hawks. What a day.
Love it. Thank you, Luke. It's 7:33. Chris Sullivan has traffic on the 3s for us.
And so far, so good. The travel times are manageable getting into downtown, and it looks like a lot of people have taken the word to get onto transit and use that. In fact, Andrew from Oklahoma, who is here, I'm assuming he's a transplant, or else how would he know what he just texted to me, is that he said the trains are full going northbound. So he's walking at this point through Soto. So that's a good sign. That is a very good sign. And that's one of the reasons why Federal Way to Seattle, for instance, is only running 47 minutes at this point. That's 15 minutes faster than normal.
No one's going to work.
So, exactly. I think a lot of people decided, if I'm not going to the parade, maybe I'll just not go to work either. But either way, I-5 isn't bad. Once you get into downtown, though, you're going to run into issues. Obviously, 4th Ave is closed, and you got to find ways around to figure out where you're going to post up. Coming down from the north end, though, we have added a lot more customers. So that drive from Linwood to Seattle is now up to an hour. Brake lights begin right around 145th. 99 is still a pretty decent option if you're, say, wanting to work your way down to the north end of that of the parade route down by Seattle Center. So that's possible. But, yeah, definitely an hour out of Linwood. 50 from Linwood down into Bellevue. We do have some slowing into the Marysville area. Not sure if that's just volume. I haven't found any crashes up there. Renton to Bellevue, a half an hour. Valley Freeway, 45. Lake bridges are good. This report brought to you by our friends at Simply Seattle. Get your championship gear at Simply Seattle, your go-to shop for Seahawks gear, both licensed and custom designs you won't find anywhere else. Celebrate the title with jerseys, shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. Use code ESPN15 for 15% off your order at simplyseattle.com.
It will be 20 degrees warmer this time around for the Super Bowl parade. 51 our high, mix of sun and clouds, very pleasant for a parade. For tomorrow, we'll cloud up, 52 showers by Friday. Right now in Seattle, skies are partly cloudy. It's 42.
News matters. Experience counts. You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Time for the 7:35 commentary. Right after the show, my 13-year-old son Sam and I are walking from the station here on East Lake to the Seahawks Super Bowl parade. And I'm not just excited because it's a parade, I'm excited because I get to do it with him. Back in 2014, I went to the first Seahawks Super Bowl parade. Sam was a baby back then. I was reporting from the parade route. I had walking pneumonia. My doctor nearly hospitalized me the next day. I remember the crowd, the noise, the confetti, the bitter cold that day. And I remember feeling like my lungs were lined with wet concrete. Sam, he has no memory of that day. Of course he doesn't. He was a baby. But this time he will. I'll be honest, I debated keeping him in school today. He's in 8th grade. He's got homework. There are tests. The responsible part of my brain said, keep the routine. Be the serious parent. Then the other part of my brain said something that's gotten louder as I've gotten older. These moments don't wait. When we won that first Super Bowl, I remember thinking, well, this is the start of something. We'll be back. We'll have more parades. This is what the Seahawks do now. Turns out these things are rare. Even for great teams, even for great cities. Injuries happen, coaches leave, a bad draft can set you back for years. Whole eras come and go faster than you think. One season, you're on top of the world. Then you look up and a decade went by. So no, I'm not taking today for granted. I don't know if we ever get another Super Bowl victory parade. I hope we do, but I'm not counting on it. Turning 51 next month, and I've started noticing things I didn't notice in my 30s. Friends dealing with mobility issues, people I grew up with talking about surgeries, chronic pain, stuff that sounds too old for us, and it's a reminder that good health isn't a guarantee. Neither is time. So I'm embracing this, because whether or not there's another parade, we have this one. We have today. On Sunday night, after the Seahawks won, I hugged Sam and I had this thought. This is one of those core memory moments, the kind of thing he's going to remember when he's my age. And I don't want it something he remembers watching on TV while I was at work or while I was busy or while I was being responsible. I want him to remember that we went together. We're going to walk from the station. It's more than 2 miles. We'll be packed in with hundreds of thousands of people. It'll be loud, it'll be chaotic, and it'll be perfect. So here's my message to parents today. Don't miss these moments. I know life is busy. I know schedules run everything. I know school matters. But every once in a while, something comes along that's bigger than the routine. Go to the parade. Take the picture. Make the memory. Your kid won't remember the random school day you made them do homework on time. They will remember the day you showed up for something joyful. Today, I get the joy of being a dad, the joy of being healthy enough to walk it, and the joy of a Seahawks Super Bowl win. Not bad for a Wednesday. And that's the commentary for Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. You can always text your thoughts to the Muckleshoot Casino and Resort text line at 888-973-5476 or leave a comment at mynorthwest.com.
Thanks for bringing me, Dad.
You're welcome, Sam.
All right, Sully, what's coming up in traffic?
Well, I want Sam to toss it to me.
Oh, just say, Sully, what's coming up in traffic?
Sully, what's coming up in traffic?
Well, Sam, we're going to talk about getting into Seattle for that parade you guys are going to be going to. So far, it's not too bad. We'll break it down next.
Here's a word for the team at Boss Retirement Solutions. It's still dark when your alarm goes off. You roll out of bed, grab the coffee, hit the road. You do it again tomorrow. You have worked too hard to let this retirement get hit with a surprise bill. So here's the bummer. When you retire, 30 to 40% of what you've saved could go to taxes. Not to you, not to your family, to the government. But it doesn't have to be that way. If you have saved more than $300,000, there may be tax strategies available to you, the kind people with serious money have used for years. Boss Retirement Solutions in Seattle is offering a free retirement tax savings analysis. No pressure, no obligation, just a clear look at how much of your money you may be able to keep. Call Boss Retirement Solutions at 206-210-1350. 206-210-1350. One more time, 206-210-1350.
For informational purposes only, actual results may vary. No statement contained herein shall constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
Boss, a complete jerk who denied your time off request for the parade? Stuck at home with the kids because the babysitter's going to the parade? We got you.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Follow KIRO News Radio on all your social media platforms and at mynorthwest.com for all the content, sights, and sounds that'll make you feel like you're on 4th Avenue with nearly 1 million of your fellow 12s. From the home of the Super Bowl champion Seahawks, KIRO News Radio.
I'm here with Wes Jones of sellwithwes.com. And Wes, you were just telling me you think 2026 is going to be a rebound year for the housing market.
That's right. I think we're heading into the best real estate market of the past 4 years, and here's why. If you take a step back and look at the big picture, experts are anticipating a 15% increase in sales volume next year. Interest rates are at near 3-year lows and trending down, and home prices have held near all-time highs. There is a lot of pent-up demand. People have been sitting on the sidelines waiting for their time to jump into the market since 2022, and they need a place to buy.
So hey, 2026 might be your year. If you're considering selling your home, if you're thinking about moving, but there was something that was just holding you back, now might be a great time. So do this. Go to sellwithwes.com. You can see your home's real value there with Wes's home value calculator. Then schedule an appointment by giving him a call. Sellwithwes.com. Sellwithwes.com. It really just is a better way to sell your home.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy, Dr. Daniel Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. The stem cell therapy you did on my knee was a game changer. But Dr. Dan, people ask me all the time if you're seeing the same kind of success treating neck and back pain with stem cell therapy.
Great question, Brock. As you know from your experience, we've had tremendous success treating major joints like hips, knees, and shoulders, but we've also seen excellent results treating neck and lower back pain. In fact, we're the only clinic in the Seattle area offering image-guided stem cell and PRP injection therapy specifically for neck and low back pain.
How cool is that? If joint, neck, or back pain is holding you back, call Dr. Daniel Nelson at Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine and find out if stem cell therapy may be right for you. Dr. Dan here is the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. Call Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's 425-823-4000 or danielnelsonmd.com.
7:43 now. Chris Sullivan is at the traffic desk.
And it is surprisingly okay getting into downtown. That tells me that a lot of people are on Sound Transit using light rail now that they've fixed the copper wire issues that had us behind this morning. And that's a good thing. And in fact, I've been talking on the text line, I think it's Laura in Bellevue. Yeah. She actually made it to her spot faster.
Oh my gosh.
Than she expected, and so it's not good until 8. And so she's like, what do I do? I'm like, there's no way they're going to ticket you if you're with the car and it's, it starts. I don't know what to. I'm not a lawyer.
Does the ticket work before the allotted time?
I don't know. I don't know, but it's just that's something I'd never thought of, that you'd get there ahead of time. That's how light it is on some of the roads today. Maybe because people are on transit, maybe they're going to try to arrive a little later and see how it goes. But right now, we're 50 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle, which is about 10 minutes faster than normal. Coming down from the north end, it's about an hour from Linwood to Seattle. That's 20 minutes slower than normal, but what we've gotten used to over the last month with the Revive I-5 work. 99 southbound is surprisingly wide open. If that's the way you wanted to go and maybe go to post up at the north end of the parade route. Both of the lake bridges are fine. Linwood to Bellevue is about 50 minutes, maybe 10 minutes faster than we've gotten used to. Northbound 167, though, looks like we have a crash inside of 180th going up towards 405. That's why we're up to 30 minutes out of Auburn. Renton to Bellevue also about 30 minutes. But all in all, yeah, we're doing okay. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic, I'm Chris Sullivan.
It is a little bit chilly starting out this morning, but it's going to be really nice weather for a parade. Dry, sunshine, and clouds. 51 the high for today. Overnight low in the mid-30s. Tomorrow we're going to stay mostly cloudy. That will be the transition into some showers arriving on Friday. And it looks like a mix of sun breaks and showers for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with highs only in the mid-40s. Right now it's 42 in Seattle.
Coming up, CBS Justice correspondent Scott McFarlane explains the latest on an FBI investigation, this time in Fulton County, Georgia. That's coming up on Seattle's Morning News.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these 3 books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with 0 investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
This is the city's longest-running radio news show. Seattle's Morning News on KIRO Newsradio.
Parade day here in Seattle. Along with Charlie Harger, I'm Manda Factor. An FBI search of an elections office in Fulton County, Georgia took place this week in connection with claims of election interference in 2020.
So why did the search take place now, more than 5 years after the election? We call up CBS Justice correspondent Scott McFarlane. Good morning, Scott. Bring us up to speed on this case.
This is a really weak search warrant that the feds used to get access and to get control of the Fulton County, Georgia 2020 ballots. And I know it's weak because election security experts who consult with CBS News say this is a pretty weak search warrant. They have not alleged any foreign interference suspected in the 2020 elections. They've not alleged anybody or anything that was specifically plotting or planning to engage in fraud. What they put in there are some pretty benign accusations that have already been ironed out by Fulton County, Georgia. There were some inconsistencies with the initial tallies in 2020, but they were figured out in short order. Some of it was attributable to the change in procedures because of COVID. There's no there, but nevertheless, the Trump administration has possession of the 2020 ballots from Fulton County, and the Fulton County Commission chair says he's worried they're going to tamper with them.
Why is this case still alive? What does the president hope to accomplish from the investigation?
I don't want to ascribe motives, but I can tell you what the cynicism is here in Washington about the motives. Democrats are concerned the president is trying to plant seeds now in February that he can harvest in November and December, sowing doubt about elections in areas with important races so that he can try to challenge the election results in the midterms. Georgia's got a critical, if not the critical, U.S. Senate race this year. You see him asking for voting rolls in other states, including states with Democratic governors. Whether or not he gets the voting rolls from those states, it's kind of a successful technique because it sows doubt about elections. Whether you get the rolls or they deny you the rolls, you can mechanize that information and that strategy in November.
Last week, when another elections office had its records seized by the FBI, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard was there. Did she have any involvement in this more recent case?
The reason for her being there has been explained in several different ways, and that's a charitable way of saying the story is changing. At first, she had said that she was there at the president's directive. Then she had said she was there at the attorney general's directive. And there haven't been real clear answers as to why you'd want the director of national intelligence overseeing a controversial raid or being near a controversial raid. And that's nowhere near her portfolio, which is to stop foreign threats to America. There's been no hint of foreign interference in the Fulton County, Georgia elections. And we know that because the Department of Justice put on paper its reasons for raiding, and they did not mention foreign interference. I think this is an open-ended question, but I also think it's worth underscoring. If and when anybody is criminally charged in Fulton County, Georgia, a defense lawyer is going to have a field day with Tulsi Gabbard being near this raid.
And lastly, Scott, on X this morning, you posted about some of your latest analysis on the Epstein files. What has stood out to you this week?
We're in this for the long haul. If you're tired of hearing about the Epstein files, my deepest sympathies and apologies. This is now a chronic problem for the Trump administration. The Department of Justice cannot answer everybody's questions. They have not released millions of pages. They've heavily, perhaps over-redacted what they have released. There's incriminating information in what's left. And the survivors say they're not going to be quiet until they get justice. This thing's here for the long haul, perhaps the entirety of this presidency. And I am about to post on X also. It's important for you both to know this, that I predicted there'd be a parade today. I predicted this victory weeks ago. I was unequivocal and emphatic, and I've not gotten enough credit from you two for that.
I appreciate you so much. Did you hear there's a little party in Seattle today?
I did hear about that.
Scott, up to 1 million people are expected to be on a 2-mile stretch of road. It is just going to be insane.
Such a likable team.
Isn't that the truth?
That.
We were talking about this yesterday.
Absolute good dudes.
Yeah, we're the good guys. I love it.
Yeah.
We're very proud of our team and our city. Wish you could be here for the party.
Enjoy it on my behalf.
He hasn't posted it yet. Just checked his X feed.
All right. We'll have to give him grief about that next week if he doesn't. 7:53 now. Let's check in with Chris Sullivan for traffic.
And so far, we're doing okay getting into downtown. It sounds like people had a plan today. A lot of them are on Sound Transit and on transit buses. Looks like a lot of the people are telling me that those trains are full. And so they're having to wait multiple times at stops for them to be able to crowd their way on. Just think of trying to catch the first train right after a Mariners game right at the stadium station. That's what it looks like, okay, on every train on the one line. So plan on delays there. But getting into downtown on I-5, not bad. It's 50 minutes. It's actually quite light all the way up until you get right past the West Seattle Bridge. Northbound 167, we're still working with a crash. I can't find it yet, but it's reportedly inside of 180th going up to 405. 28 minutes from Auburn to Renton. Renton to Bellevue is about a half an hour. Lake bridges are good, though westbound I-90 is starting to really bog down, getting into the CD lanes there as you're driving right into the Stadium District. Coming down from the north end, hour drive from Linwood to Seattle. Actually, that's a lot better than I thought it was going to be today. 99 is wide open from Green Lake all the way down into South Lake Union, if that's the way you want to go. Linwood to Bellevue is also running right around 55 minutes. There's also some heavy braking on northbound I-5 trying to get up from Linwood. Looks like we might have a crash right near 164th and north of 128th. So I'll have more for you on that in 10 minutes, and it's super foggy up in Marysville. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube. Click subscribe and get fresh video content daily.
Laura just hit up the text line, too, and says at 7th and Seneca, it is packed with walkers. So the sidewalks are already getting busy, and that's a couple of blocks away from the actual parade route. Mix of sun and clouds for today. We're headed for a high of 51. Mostly cloudy tomorrow. Look for some showers to arrive by Friday. Right now it's 42 as the sun comes up in Seattle.
All right, we head to that parade route. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey will join us live near Lumen Field.
Also, Jerry Cornfield from the Washington State Standard joins us to walk us through what's happening in Olympia at 8:15.
This is Seattle's Morning News on KIRO News Radio.
Y'all ready, Seattle? Let's go.
It's about us. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
It's the Seahawks Super Bowl Championship Parade. This morning,
12. It's your boy G. Scott. I'll be checking in live throughout the parade as I ride along with the Seahawks in the parade.
And Luke Ducey will be reporting live from the parade all day. Everything you need to make your plans is at mynorthwest.com. We're the home of the Super Bowl champion Seahawks. KIRO News Radio.
In the market for a new Subaru? Do what I did and make it easy on yourself. Ursula Reutin here. Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealership with the largest selection in our state. More than 700 Subarus are ready to roll. And right now, get a 2025 Subaru Crosstrek with 2.9% financing for 36 months on approved credit. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline or Ballard or shop online at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized cost. See dealer for details. Valid through 2/12/26.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign. And so I saw the accident coming and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions. 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
For almost 50 years, over 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance, including me, John Curley here. If comfort and energy savings matter to you, now is the time. Save up to $2,000 on a new Lennox heating and cooling system. Home Comfort Alliance will replace your system with one tailored to your home's layout and energy optimization. Visit homecomfortalliance.com to save up to $2,000 on a Lennox and schedule a free consultation. For heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical, call the Comfort People. Home Comfort Alliance.
It's the Super Smart Top Special at Olympic. Save on a new hot top and get a free Smart Top cover worth $3,700. Super Smart Top special savings will make you feel, well, super. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
We're the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This
is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. Hours after the airport in El Paso, Texas was closed, things are getting back to normal. CBS's Chris Van Cleve says security issues prompted the action.
CBS News learned that this grew out of concern over initially cartel drones from Mexico breaching U.S. airspace, and then the U.S. government response to those drones. And out of an abundance of caution, the decision was made to halt air traffic because of this drone activity.
Well, north of the border, we've now heard from Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney after the mass shooting at a school in the western part of that country.
We will get through this. We will learn from this. But right now, it's a time to come together, as Canadians always do in these situations, these terrible situations, to support each other, to mourn together, and to grow together.
8 people were killed, more than 24 wounded at a secondary school. 2 others were killed in a nearby home. Authorities say the shooter, a woman, died by self-inflicted wound. In Arizona, investigators in the Nancy Guthrie case are hoping surveillance images of a masked person will trigger information that leads to an arrest. CBS's Anna Schechter.
Very distinctive gloves, jacket, face mask, and backpack. They've already figured out likely the make and model, the brand of those items of clothing. They might go to retailers. There's a ton of work. They're flooding the zone with resources.
Well, now to Washington, CBS's Linda Kenyon reports Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu meeting this hour with President Trump.
The two will discuss a range of issues, while the Prime Minister says, first and foremost, he plans to focus on Iran. The meeting comes days after Iran and the U.S. held talks in Oman to discuss Iran's nuclear program, with more talks expected. At the same time, President Trump has ordered a U.S. military buildup in the region.
The White House says the Trump administration is poised to revoke a scientific finding that's long been the basis for American action to regulate greenhouse gas emissions and fight climate change. CBS's David Schechter has more on a fresh climate change report.
A new study finds several critical systems, from polar ice sheets and permafrost to the Amazon rainforest and ocean currents, are moving toward critical tipping points. When these systems change, scientists say, they can trigger new effects that make warming even worse, like thawing permafrost, releasing more carbon into the air.
And checking Wall Street, it's a mixed bag so far. The Dow is down 168 points. The S&P is up more than 3 points, and the NASDAQ is down. This is CBS News.
Follow and listen to the official 48 Hours After Show post-mortem on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's 8:03. Let's check in with Chris Sullivan for traffic.
And it's actually lighter than I anticipated on the freeways, which is a good thing. That means a lot of people are using transit, which is, of course, the best bet for this getting down to the parade. But if you never used light rail before, you're probably going to have trouble finding any parking at this point in the morning. But Tyler from Snohomish County had this thing to tell me, because I'm looking up at the cams and it's just bumper to bumper off I-5, getting off at 196 to the Linwood Park and Ride. Good reminder from Tyler, if you have multiple people in your car, you can go straight to the carpool exit at 44th and go to the park and ride there, as opposed to trying to slam your way through 196. So HOV only, right? Don't make me come up there. As for the freeways themselves, I mean, we're looking at an hour from Linwood to Seattle, which isn't bad considering the lane restrictions we have coming through Northgate. It's only 50 minutes from Linwood into Bellevue, so that's lighter than normal. Going southbound out of the area, we do have a crash at 128th in South Everett. It's all over on the left shoulder, but that's one of the reasons why we're seeing some extra braking. Federal Way to Seattle's under 50, but getting off in the CD lanes now is really going to be difficult, and that's impacting westbound I-90. 99, 509, Airport Way are all actually decent options if you're trying to work your way into SoDo. Rented to Bellevue, about a half an hour. Behind that, the Valley Freeway's running right around 45 minutes. This report brought to you by Bucky's Complete Auto Care. For 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto has earned local trust with honest pricing, guaranteed repairs. That's why they're Carfax preferred. No gimmicks, just great service. Bucky's.com.
8:04 on the Wednesday, February 11th, 2026 edition of Seattle's Morning News. I'm Charlie Harger with Manda Factor.
The countdown is on. The Seahawks Super Bowl parade starts at 11 o'clock. There are tons of fans already along 4th Avenue in downtown Seattle.
That's where we find KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey, who's outside Lumen Field. Good morning, Luke.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, the celebration is underway outside Lumen Field. Man, it is a massive crowd. You'd think it would be like a home game or something. We got the food, the concessions, the bars have just opened, and I've also got two 12s here, younger 12s. Let's just say they may or may not be skipping school right now to come to the celebration. I got Ethan and Cash. Ethan, what are you hoping for? What do you want to see most of all in this parade?
I'm here for the experience, kind of want to see the trophy, just whatever's here.
How excited, Cash, were you when the clock was ticking down the Super Bowl? And by the way, I hear that the Seattle flu is going around. So, you probably have the flu, right? A little sick today, a little bit. How excited were you when they won? You knew that we were world champs.
Oh, I was super excited, man. I was celebrating my whole family. We had a party over. It's exciting.
And when you look around, I mean, look at this crowd. Did you think it'd be like this today?
I did, yeah. This is the 12s.
Excellent response. Thanks, guys. Go have a great time today. Go Hawks. Fantastic. Hey, I got to tell you, flying home, as I was down there covering the Super Bowl, of course, into the Pacific Northwest, west over Seattle, it was an emotional flight coming in, looking down at night, seeing all those green lights and blue lights across the city. Lumen Field was lit up. I mean, we're about to start celebrations inside the stadium here at 10 o'clock. For the trophy celebration. You can probably hear the speakers and the loud system going on behind me. They've got a little bit of a concert going on. Who knows what they have planned inside for us. Plenty of speeches, I'm sure. And then at 11 o'clock near Lumen Field, that's when the parade starts up 4th Avenue to Seattle Center. The road is closed already. Parking is a nightmare. I've heard stories around from everyone, but it's not stopping people from getting here, expecting 1 million people to line that parade route. We've got all kinds of information for you about parking and transit. I know Sound Transit and Metro Bus, they've got full maximum capacity today. They're running full tilt to get everyone here, but we've got all that information on mynorthwest.com. I got to tell you, I'm going to go in the stadium. I can't wait to do that, to be with all the 12s. It's been sold out about minutes after tickets went on sale. So capacity crowd, and then I'll be on the parade route. But wow, the celebration is certainly underway here outside Lumen Field. Charlie, Manda?
Thank you, Luke. If you want, or let's be honest, you need more Seahawks gear for the big celebration. You're sure to find some on the parade route.
We continue our coverage with KIRO 7 TV's Ranji Sinha. He's on 4th.
I'm joined by Mike Nicolelli, who's running the merchandise stand. Mike, thank you for joining us. Now, Mike, I start early, but what time did you start to set this up?
Well, midnight.
Midnight?
Around midnight, yeah.
So show us what you got.
I mean, we got the koozies, we got stickers, we got scarves, we got blankets, we've got flags, pins, license plates, gloves, more scarves, pennants, of course.
And then show us your favorite hat. This is the one. This is the one that says Super Bowl 60 champions, Seattle Seahawks. This is a new one, right?
That's it. That is a new one. This is also a new one.
Okay, Super Bowl 60 champions.
Well, thieves stealing copper wire shut down light rail briefly between the Star Lake and Angle Lake stations for almost 3 hours this morning. Henry Bendon with Sound Transit says this has been an ongoing issue. They've installed alarms. They have extra security. They had more staff on hand, especially today, and they were able to catch the issue quickly.
I mean, it was the Seahawks Super Bowl on Sunday. It's very much ours, and Transit's today. So we are prepared. We're ready.
Today's Super Bowl parade crowds are expected to set all-time ridership records.
In case you missed it, fresh off Seattle's Super Bowl win, Sam Darnold clocked in for work at Raising Cane's in the U District ahead of its opening date.
These last couple of days have been really fun. Being able to go to Disneyland, like I've always dreamt of doing that. Being able to come here to Raising Cane's with all of you guys, the fans, like I said, it's been great. But I think the best thing is being able to spend time with my teammates after that win and just be able to talk about the memories that we've all had this season and just talk about all the hard work that we've put in and how it really came to fruition for us in the end.
The scene outside Raising Cane's was wild. Seattle's first Raising Cane's set to open next Tuesday, February 17th.
It's been a whirlwind few days for the Seahawks head coach, from winning the Super Bowl to appearing on late-night TV.
From the Super Bowl champions, Seattle Seahawks, please welcome head coach Mike McDonald.
He appeared yesterday on Seattle Sports, told Brock and Salk about his Jimmy Kimmel experience.
And they have costume people that had like a rack of clothes and like nothing fit because I'm like freaking weird shaped. and so they had to like bring me another shirt because like I would have looked like fat guy in a little shirt.
Well, next up on his schedule, that trophy ceremony at Lumen Field Victory Parade starting at 10. They get the trophy presented. It's going to be exciting to watch, Manda.
Oh, absolutely.
I like how Mike McDonald said weirdly shaped. You mean your biceps are gigantic?
I was going to say, I've never looked at Mike McDonald and said, wow, weird.
Keeping you informed since 1974. This is the city's longest-running radio news show.
Seattle's Morning News on KIRO News Radio.
3, 2, 1, go!
See the light in Nick's control room over there? It's been flickering almost in rhythm with Nick's sounds. You don't have a light system in there, do you,
No,
Nick?
it's the ghosts of the Seahawks today celebrating with us. How about that?
Excellent.
Nick is running our board, picking our music. I'm Charlie Harger, and you are Manda Factor.
I am. He's Chris Sullivan over there. Producer David Burbank is here. Sam Harger is joining us in the studio, getting ready for the parade.
Yeah, he is. He's excited. We are leaving right after the show, but it is a busy hour in front of us. We're going to talk with Jerry Cornfield with the Washington State Standard. He's going to talk about the latest discussions in Olympia, including what bills died during this week's cutoff.
Also, we're going to check in with G. Scott. He is going to be riding along with the Seahawks today on the parade route.
Well, in Seattle, some lucky lottery winner might be a little richer. They might not even know it yet. Here's KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery.
How's $365,000 sound to you? That's what the Washington Lottery says someone won in the Hit 5 cash pot. They bought their ticket last Friday at the Hilltop Red Apple Market on Beacon Hill. So far, no one has come forward to get their money. Players have 180 days to claim their prize. The store that sold the ticket will also get a cash bonus, and it's not their first win. The same location sold a $110,000 Hit 5 ticket last July. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
It's a 12 beautiful day for a parade. We're going to see a mix of sunshine and clouds. 51 the high for today. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, and the showers return on Friday with a high of 47. Pretty much a mix of showers and sun breaks through the weekend with highs in the mid-40s.
It's 8:13. Let's check with Chris Sullivan with our traffic.
And we are doing okay. You want to go do weather first?
You just did.
Oh, I wasn't really
Thanks
paying
for
attention.
listening. I thought you were hanging on my every word.
I was hanging.
Well, I'm looking at the roads. The conditions change.
It's the Seahawks ghost doing it to you, Chris.
Yeah, it's possible, which is fine. We're looking at actually better than I anticipated drives into downtown today, which is great. The problem is once you get into downtown, you might have some issues finding what you need to get around. But Maureen in the 253 said she just drove by 2nd and Pike and 2nd and Union and found a couple of open parking lots there. Again, I can't confirm the validity of but Maureen tells us there's some options down there for you. But yeah, the freeways themselves are not bad. Northbound I-5 isn't really heavy until the north end of Boeing Field. Getting into the CD lanes and then into downtown, that's going to be an issue. Those are pretty heavy. Don't forget you can use all 3 lanes there during the ramp meter to kind of filter to where you need to go. But we're only running 50 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle, which is great. There is some westbound slowing on I-90, again, driving right into those CD lanes, but it's manageable. Seeing a lot of slowing and a lot of everything, in and around Sodo and through downtown, of course, because when you have 4th Ave taken away, you're just not going to be moving anywhere in that downtown core. So, that is what it is. Coming down from the north end, lighter than I anticipated. It's only an hour from Linwood to Seattle and about 50 minutes from Linwood to Bellevue. That's actually pretty good. The crash we had southbound I-5 right at 128 is now still all over on the far left shoulder, so not bad. A lot of fog up in Marysville, so you're going to need a couple of extra minutes there. Valley Freeway, under 45 minutes, and Renton to Bellevue's under a half an hour. Olympia to Tacoma's got no problems. So, yeah, we're doing okay. I think a lot of people planned ahead and used transit, which is great. This report brought to you by KIRO News Radio's app. Text app to 888-973-5476. Download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows. Get the latest news and updates right to your phone.
Bringing you Seattle's morning news since 1974.
This is KIRO News Radio.
It's 8:15 and just about halfway through the 2026 legislative session. Still a lot of action for lawmakers in Olympia.
Well, let's get an update with Jerry Cornfield of the Washington State Standard. Good morning, Jerry. We had the big deadline this week, and some bills didn't quite make it. Which ones died on Monday?
The bill supporting the New England Patriots. I think there was a resolution.
The most important.
There was. I'm sure they were going to bring it onto the floor of one of the chambers.
Okay, hold on. Before we talk about the Olympia stuff, as a diehard Niners fan, certainly you're at least partying with the 12s today, right? Or at least be happy for us.
In Seattle. They're all in Seattle, and it's probably going to turn into a rally for a Seahawks tax. Okay?
Oh, come on.
While they've got everybody. But it comes out of the NFC West Division. The three top teams in the West Division made it to the final stages, so it was the toughest division in football. And the most exciting part of that game came at halftime. And, but yeah. It was.
I know you're happy for us. Thank you. Now we can talk about what you're the expert on.
Yes, and that is the Seahawks smoking cigars in your locker room. Okay, so Jerry, we have a couple bills that at least got some media attention, but they wound up not really going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, there was one talking about the sports, but the Airbnb tax did not. At this stage, it's dead. Now, as my colleague Jay Goldstein Street had noted, you can be pretty creative in the legislature. So a bill that looks, underground, it can get dug up and brought to the floor. But this is that tax that has really been, for local governments, if they wanted to put a little extra on the bill for short-term rentals, that was opposed by Airbnb. It's now kind of stalled out, or appears to have been stalled out for the session. But again, the money was for local governments, and so it could, so it'd be hard to bring it back. That was one of the big ones. There were others that got some attention. The grocery prices. There's a House bill that didn't go anywhere any farther after this week, but that would have kind of prevented some of that what they called surveillance pricing, electricity pricing, and those were a couple that had received some attention. I mean, there are thousands or hundreds of bills, and so it's they did die, but you won't even ever know they were here.
Jerry, one of the things I noticed with that Airbnb bill, I got a bunch of text messages, lobbying me. I'm sure thousands, if not more, got the same text messages. I heard ads about it. How much do those pressure campaigns work on legislators?
Well, I don't know so much of the campaigns and the ads. They know they're there, right? That's in the ether, if you will. But their lobbyists are here too. So if you click on, the Seattle Times and you see the ad, or TVW and you see the ad, or you hear it on the radio or get a text, it broadens the conversation. It makes you aware of it. And so some of those folks will actually reach out to their lawmaker, whether it's the local government, local businesses, or just residents, and say, hey, do I have to actually pay extra money? Are you considering charging me? So they'll hear from constituents a little, but it shows the willingness of these forces to, if you're willing to spend money now, tell us to not pass this. If we pass it, you may be willing to spend money later to try to defeat it at the ballot. So it's kind of two conversations going on.
Were you surprised by any of the bills that didn't pass or died?
I don't know if there's anyone that stopped at this stage, only because it just feels like if something's really important, the legislature can find a way to bring it back. I harken back to a few years ago where the whole argument over the vehicle pursuit bill, and it was not going anywhere in the Senate, and it was just sitting there, and there was one in the House, and suddenly in the final days, they went down and pulled the bill out of a Senate committee to the floor of the Senate so they could pass it and redo the rules in a way that the public and law enforcement wanted, but that at that time the majority party wasn't in favor of. So things can happen late when it's important, and we might see that this year with this big income tax bill. A lot of decisions coming late again. Where do things stand with that, and what are some of the decisions they're considering? Well, I mean, what'll be interesting is the Senate's going to vote it off vote on it and vote it out of the state Senate by next Tuesday evening. So maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday is when I would think there'd be a vote, and then it'll send it to the House. If I had to make what do we call it, a political prop bet. I don't know how much it'll change from what the Senate Ways and Means Committee passed on Monday. I think the House Democrats are going to retool it a little bit more to their liking, and so then in the second half of the session, I'll be watching it change over there.
Talking with Jerry
Cornfield. And it won't be the percentage. Don't worry, because it's not they're not going to change it on the $1 million percent. It's going to be how the money's spent and where the percentage of dollars will go.
All right. Jerry Cornfield, Washington State Standard. There's also a bill that concerns the tightening of rules for people to challenge the right of people to vote. What is this about?
Well, so in recent years, there's been organized efforts to challenge voters. They'll look them up and they'll say, oh, here's Jerry Cornfield, and he's not at this address any longer. They submit a note to the auditor saying this person should not receive a ballot. And that's pretty much all you had to do was say, this person doesn't live there here. Look, and made the auditor go check. Now, in the old days, one of those challenges might end up in court. What's happened more recently is the auditors and their staff spend all this time and they figure out that Jerry Cornfield still lives there. They just went to a P.O. box. And so they're still a registered voter and they reject the challenge, but it takes time and energy. This bill is intended to say, look, you want to make a challenge, you're going to sign something, a sworn affidavit that you did your research. And then if you knowingly go after somebody who's not a registered voter, who is a registered voter, you could actually be found liable for that action. It's really trying to clear up all these specious challenges to voters.
Jerry, last election, Democrats were really making a push to get a supermajority in both the House and Senate. And here we are. It's 9 months away, a little less than that, from the next election. Are Democrats feeling like they might have a chance at doing that?
I'm sure there's a few that feel confident. I mean, what's happening on the other Washington, the mood of the voters, and even the moderate and independent voters who might be kind of moderate Republican may find that they just can't vote for Republicans yet because this year because of what's been happening, and so maybe they could swing and grab a couple of more seats. But until we see what seats are actually up and what are competitive, they need to pick up 2 or 3, and they'd have to get them in areas that are controlled by Republicans. This state's become, there just aren't that many swing districts where a Republican can be unseated by a Democrat.
All right, Jerry, it's always lovely to chat with you. Jerry Cornfield, Washington State Standard. If you'll excuse us, we have a little parade to attend, and you're not invited.
I'm going to watch, and you guys deserve every moment. And I'm glad the sun will be out and be comfortable.
Yeah, we'll send some deodorizer down to the 49ers locker room.
Yeah,
the smell of cigar smoke is an issue.
All right, and I'll bring my bling from all our previous Super Bowls, and we'll match it.
Jerry, great talking to you.
We part friends.
Check in with you next week. 8:23 now, we check in with Chris Sullivan for traffic.
And everybody got the message to take transit. That or they're just not going to work today and avoiding downtown altogether. Federal Way to Seattle is running under 45 minutes. So that tells me either everybody already got there and they wait for the parade, or they're just, taking another mode or just not coming in at all. It is going to be super heavy getting through the CD lanes and getting off at Seneca, don't get me wrong, but it's a pretty quiet drive. Even coming down out of the north end, we're back down to 45 minutes from Linwood to Seattle, 50 from Linwood to Bellevue. So we're actually improving there, and it's not too bad. 99 southbound isn't that bad of an option if you want to come down and get to the north end of the parade route. The lake bridges are still fine. Renton to Bellevue is under a half an hour. Valley Freeway is under 45 minutes, probably closer to 40. And for those of you east of Monroe, we have a crash impacting both directions of US 2. Right there by the Reptile Zoo, we're having alternating traffic there. One lane or the other because of this crash they're working with. And it's also super, super foggy up in the north end, so visibility isn't exactly great. This report brought to you by Simply Seattle. Get your championship gear at Simply Seattle, your go-to shop for Seahawks gear. With both license and custom designs you won't find anywhere else. Celebrate the title with jerseys, shirts, hoodies, and more. Use code ESPN15 for 15% off your order at simplysafe.com. Simplyseattle.com. Simply Seattle.com.
There you got it. Mix of sun and clouds, perfect for a little parade through downtown Seattle. 51 the high for today. Overnight low in the mid-30s. And for tomorrow, we'll stay mostly cloudy as we transition into some showers on Friday. Looks like we'll see scattered showers right on through the weekend. Highs in the mid-40s. It's 42 right now.
Well, coming up, Luke Ducey is live outside Lumen Field. We are just hours away from the big parade. He'll have details coming up on Seattle's Morning News.
Boss, a complete jerk who denied your time off request for the parade? Stuck at home with the kids because the babysitter's going to the parade? We got you.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Follow KIRO Newsradio on all your social media platforms and at mynorthwest.com for all the content, sights, and sounds that'll make you feel like you're on 4th Avenue with nearly 1 million of your fellow 12s. From the home of the Super Bowl champion Seahawks, KIRO Newsradio.
I'm here with Wes Jones of sellwithwes.com. And Wes, you were just telling me you think 2026 is going to be a rebound year for the housing market.
That's right. I think we're heading into the best real estate market of the past 4 years, and here's why. If you take a step back and look at the big picture, experts are anticipating a 15% increase in sales volume next year. Interest rates are at near 3-year lows and trending down, and home prices have held near all-time highs. There is a lot of pent-up demand. People have been sitting on the sidelines waiting for their time to jump into the market since 2022, and they need a place to buy.
So hey, 2026 might be your year. If you're considering selling your home, if you're thinking about moving, but there was something that was just holding you back, now might be a great time. So do this. Go to sellwithwes.com. You can see your home's real value there with Wes's home value calculator. Then schedule an appointment by giving him a call. Sellwithwes.com. Sellwithwes.com. It really just is a better way to sell your home.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
It's the Super Smart Top Special at Olympic. Save on a new hot tub and get a free Smart Top cover worth $3,700. Super Smart Top special savings will make you feel, well, super. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Hey, it's John Curley with Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. Doc, I heard that 50% of Americans have their lenses replaced by the time they're 75.
That's exactly right, John. As we near 50, our eye's natural lens starts to become dysfunctional. If you've now added readers to your need for glasses and contacts, it's a sign the quality and function of your natural lens is fading, and it's a steady decline towards cataracts.
Don't go another 20 plus years with poor vision, hassling with contacts and readers. Do what I did. Choose a quick, painless refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE and start enjoying great vision now.
Our new lens technology is truly amazing. After replacing over 100,000 lenses, we have the experience to guide each patient to their best solution, even if that's recommending you wait a little while before RLE.
K2 Vision RLE can restore distance and near vision permanently, plus never develop a cataract. Read the reviews and schedule a free Zoom consultation now at K2VisionRLE.com.
3-time Grammy winner, MacArthur Fellow, a voice the Associated Press calls a marvel. Cecile McLaurin-Salvant brings jazz, blues, and fearless originality to Dimitro's Jazz Alley, February 12th through 15th. Tickets at jazzalley.com.
At Guardian Roofing Gutters and Insulation, we stand by our quality gutters. Whether you need a cleaning or a complete gutter install, we do it all. Call today and get $250 off a gutter installation. And visit us at guardianroofing.com.
Ever wonder how much energy it takes to power your life? Streaming shows, running appliances, even using AI to plan your next trip?
A lot, and it's growing fast.
So we need more energy, and it has to be clean and reliable.
Exactly. That's why Energy Northwest is exploring new ways to keep power flowing sustainably to meet the rising demand.
All this new technology is exciting, but we need the energy to keep up.
And Energy Northwest is making it happen.
Where do I learn more?
Energy-Northwest.com.
Energy Northwest, powering our clean energy future.
Logan Fury did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he bought a mini treadmill. Is walking on it during video conference calls more distracting than he thought? Yes. And is that because he overestimated his foot-eye coordination? Definitely. But it's Logan's savings, and if he wants to burn calories and any chance at a promotion, we say, good for you, Logan. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Are you stuck staring at your W-2? Are tax refund worries holding you back? You probably have FOMO, the fear of messing up. The fix? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. It's time to overcome your fear of messing up and get your taxes done right. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It is 8:31. It is Victory Day in Seattle. The Seahawks Super Bowl parade starts at 11, but there are already tons of fans at Lumen Field for the trophy celebration.
And that's where we find KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey. Good morning, Luke.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Seattle. Hey, we are world champs. And I see it on the banner over there at Lumen Field, so it must be true. It feels like a dream still. Maybe it's a dream come true. I'm looking at a sea of green and blue and jerseys and people and fans, and what a celebration. The bars are open here as well. I'm with Michelle, Dylan, and Aaron. I got it right. Tyler, I knew I was going to miss one. Tyler, so I'll start with you then. How excited are you about today?
Oh, I'm very excited, sir. I took the day off. I'm doing an extra shift this weekend to make up for it. And, it's going good so far.
So I've heard that the Seattle flu is going around, you know. Well, I hear the cough. It'll get better. Maybe today's the cure. So how about you? What are you most looking forward to when you look up, you see them parading by? What do you hope to see?
Just excited people, really, and being part of it is the most exciting thing, just being here and getting to be a part of it. I missed the first one, so I told myself if we made it, nothing was going to happen to make it so I didn't get to this one. So.
And here you are, a million people, Aaron, a million people, and you're one of them. Who's your favorite player? Who do you want to see the most?
Oh my gosh. I want to say Sam Darnold, only because my dad thinks he really looks like him. So I got the ginger fever going. So.
Awesome. So before you go, Tyler, give me a big Go Hawks. Ready?
Go Hawks, baby!
There you go. I think we probably overmodulated a little bit. Go in, have a good time. But I'm telling you, people are celebrating. They're having such a great time down here. It's like a home game. It is so packed out here. Some logistics for you. So inside the stadium, that's when the trophy celebration is going to start at 10 o'clock this morning. It's sold out. I mean, people are still trying to get tickets. There's so many people down here who are just down here. They know they're not probably going to get in. But then the parade starts at 11 near Lumen Field at 4th and Washington. It's going to go all the way up 4th Avenue. Police are in full force. There are police from all departments all over the region actually here helping out. They're really cool, too. They gave me a parking spot, and they're watching my car for me, so shout out to the SPD. Thank you for that. Again, 1 million people down here. There's extra transit, extra Metro bus. They're running at maximum service to try to get everyone back and forth, but a lot of businesses are closed. Schools are closed as well, not public schools. Seattle public schools are still open, but I've seen some students here and there, let me just say that, skipping school to come down for the big day. We've got all that information, travel information, and much more on mynorthwest.com, so be sure and check that out. Again, excited about the parade starting just a little bit before that, though. We get to see the players and that trophy, the Lombardi Trophy, inside our stadium. It is home, folks. The Lombardi Trophy is here in Seattle. We are world champs. How about it, Manda and Charlie?
Back it up. You have private detail for your car and someone called you sir in one report?
I know. What are they thinking? Do I look older? Come on. It's Luke.
Thank you, Luke.
Awesome. Great reporting. Thank you.
Let's check in with Sully for traffic on the threes.
Don't ruin Championship Wednesday by making the end of the day a trip to the impound lot.
Right.
Just got a note from our good friends at the Linwood Police. They posted on X a reminder that the Linwood Park and Ride is full. The parking lot is full. The businesses around there do not like people parking in their spots. They have been towing people ever since Linwood Light Rail opened. And people are parking in those business spots right now, according to Linwood Police. Those places will tow you. So you find a different place and walk. You don't want to end up at the impound lot and then ruin what is a great day with a $400 impound fee. But pretty much all the transit stations are full at this point. Light Rail and Sounder is taking a ton of people. Because check out the travel time. 42 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle with a parade of 1 million people starting in 2 hours-ish. This is all right. They went somewhere, so the travel is good. Now, getting off at the downtown exit's going to be difficult. Coming the other direction, it's not bad. It's only 40 minutes from Linwood to Seattle, 50 from Linwood to Bellevue. The Lake Bridges are still fine. Rented to Bellevue's okay, under 30 minutes, and the Valley Freeway is relatively quiet. This report brought to you by KIRO Newsradio's app. Text app to 888-973-5476. Download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows. Get the latest news and updates right to your phone.
Mix of clouds and sun today. We're headed for a high of 51. Clouding up tomorrow and showers by Friday. It's 42 in Seattle right now.
Seattle's morning news. Hear it live. Stream it online. Watch the show or catch the podcast anytime. Seattle's morning news, wherever you are.
Well, you may be enjoying the unseasonably warm weather, but according to meteorologist Scott Sistek, the lack of snow in our area is not good news for the snowpack.
No, and if you look, there's a whole bunch of cities out there that have had more snow than Seattle this winter. They're really embarrassing cities. It's like Pensacola, Florida. There's cities, Texas. The Gulf Coast has had some snow. And so, yeah, it has not been a winter. I think we're only a fraction behind Salt Lake City, which has also been in the doldrums this winter. But yeah, it's not been good. I know some people are enjoying it. On my blog, I get a lot of people commenting like, we love the sun, we love the 53. And it's like, I'm with you on a few days. Like, it's fine to have, a brief, false 2 days of spring, but for weeks on end, it's not good.
What are the implications here for the snowpack?
So right now, the snowpack's still not doing well. And it's like, even after we came out of that really warm stretch last week, we thought, okay, we're going to cool off here, but we really didn't get a whole lot of moisture with that last system that came in here. It was pretty warm. And so it's still at the short term, not good, but the long term, and I know we say this every time we talk this winter, it's like, there's cold air in the long range. There's cold air in the long range forecast. There's cold air in the long range forecast again. This looks a little more believable because it's not like extreme, like really scary cold or big Arctic blast or anything. It's just more like of a cooling, more like a chill. And so that's all we need to start getting the snow levels back down to normal. At least they should actually be a little below normal, but at least start getting some mountain snow going, especially next week, a little bit this weekend, and then more so next week.
I was talking to the boss yesterday, and he's actually going to Oregon in search of snow. He's a big skier, and he's like, it's been awful here. Is it any better down there?
No, it's actually worse down there. I was thinking, I don't know if I'd go to Oregon. Northern Oregon and Central Oregon has even had less snow than we have. So if you want to go really far south, I know the Sierras are getting some snow now with a storm going into the Bay Area. I don't know if it's enough to open what their ski situation is like, but at least they've probably got some new snow up there if he wants to take a longer drive or go north. I haven't checked on Canada. I don't know how it is up there in BC either, but the whole West is kind of a mess.
And Scott, looking at the different apps, there are a few that show some snowflakes around here for next week. Is that just wishful thinking?
It's not wishful thinking. It's probably a little overstated, but I was just looking before we came on here, and it's like, yeah, it does get cooler. The snow levels do drop. It's not, like I said, it's not going to be like a surface. Doesn't look like a widespread, everybody's going to get snow in Seattle, start practicing your snowmen. But at least we may start getting some fringy snow where it's like it's 42 in the day, but it gets down to 33, 34 at night, and you time a snow shower and it's like, oh, it's snowing, it's not really sticking. So I guess that might just be the theme of our winter, but you never know. There are a few model runs out there that are a little more optimistic, like maybe we get like a little bit of snow next week, but it's early, it's not solid. You know, we say this all the time. It's like, you know, it's a long range forecast for snow. Give us a break. But I think that there's at least a little bit of hope. I know we're running out of time in winter, but maybe winter's got a little fourth quarter surprise.
If you could work your magic, that'd be great, because my daughter is very disappointed that we haven't seen any snow.
Yeah. This is like the first year, and I think my entire kids' school career, and they're teenagers, that they haven't had a snow day yet.
Yeah, well, Scott, I want you to have an opportunity this morning to take a victory lap, because when I interviewed you last week, you really stuck your neck out on the score prediction for the Seahawks. First of all, what was that score prediction?
It was 31-10 Seahawks.
Wow.
So you got so very close. You didn't want to say it was going to be a blowout? You felt you would jinx it? Yep. Now look at you. You're feeling pretty good, aren't you?
It's good. That 31-10 just kind of came off the top of my head as we were talking there too, because it's like, well, it's probably if you look at the numbers, it says the Seahawks are going to score a lot of points and the Patriots aren't, and that's sort of what happened. Maybe not the way you envisioned it, but it still worked. It's still the numbers on the scoreboard. So,
you know what your prize is?
But
you can come back and talk to us next week.
Awesome. That's a great thing. We'll see predictions every week.
All right. Well, enjoy your time at Lumen Field this morning, and enjoy the parade as well. Meteorologist Scott Sistek, Emerald City Weather blog, emeraldcityweather.com. Scott, thanks for your time this morning.
Sure. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, man.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy, Dr. Daniel Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. The stem cell therapy you did on my knee was a game changer. But Dr. Dan, people ask me all the time if you're seeing the same kind of success treating neck and back pain with stem cell therapy.
Great question, Brock. As you know from your experience, we've had tremendous success treating major joints like hips, knees, and shoulders, but we've also seen excellent results treating neck and lower back pain. In fact, we're the only clinic in the Seattle area offering image-guided stem cell and PRP injection therapy specifically for neck and low back pain.
How cool is that? If joint, neck, or back pain is holding you back, call Dr. Daniel Nelson at Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine and find out if stem cell therapy may be right for you. Dr. Dan here is the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. Call Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's 425-823-4000 or danielnelsonmd.com.
Here's a tale of Linda trying to lose weight, but the med prices she found were all over the place.
Hidden fees and markups made her jaw drop low. Then she found Good RX. Now she's in the know.
GLP-1 subscriptions FDA approved.
With clear upfront pricing.
And same-day pickup.
That's Good RX, the no-nonsense way. Save time and money on prescriptions.
Get to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
8:43. Here's Chris Sullivan with traffic.
And people are already telling me that they left some people at the sounder stations as the special trains went through. So those folks are going to have to find alternate transit routes in. Light rail is packed to the gills from what we're hearing from everybody. So that's great. And it sounds like that's where everybody went, or they just decided not to go into work today or canceled all of their meetings into Seattle today, because that's the only other reason to explain why it's so quiet. Federal Way to Seattle is only running 40 minutes at this point. That's 20 minutes faster than a typical day, and we're going to have 1 million people downtown. I'm going to have to do an after action on this to figure out exactly what happened, but it's a good drive. Now, getting off in the CD lanes and then trying to work your way into downtown is not going to be easy. With 4th Ave closed, you have very few options, and all of that downtown core is just messed up with trying to get around. Coming down from the north end, it's actually not too bad. We're under 45 minutes from Linwood to Seattle, and under 50 from Linwood to Bellevue. The lake bridges are okay, though I-90 is really heavy going into the CD lanes. And, of course, for anybody trying to get down to 4th Ave, it's backed up there going towards Edgar Martinez. So big problems there. The Valley Freeway is quiet, so is Olympia to Tacoma. So far, so good. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Chris Sullivan.
Still chilly starting off the day, but we're going to see lots of sunshine, warming up to 51 for today. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy and 52, and that is going to bring some showers in on Friday. 47 on Friday. Mix of showers and sun breaks for the weekend. Right now in Seattle, it's partly sunny and 42.
Coming up, we check in with G. Scott as he prepares to ride along with the Seahawks as they take to the streets of Seattle. That big parade just a couple hours away.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through March 22nd, switch to Comcast Business and get started with 150 megabit internet plus Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Or ask how to lock in your rate for 5 years on a qualifying internet bundle and get a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. For a limited time only. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. Requires paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply.
For nearly 50 years, over 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance, including me. John Curley here. Save up to $2,000 on a new Lennox heating and cooling system. Schedule your free consultation at HomeComfortAlliance.com. Call the comfort people at Home Comfort Alliance.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rureka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Right now, get a free furnace with the purchase of a premium heat pump and air cleaning package at CM Heating. Start today with an always free estimate. There's no beating CM Heating for heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical. Go to cmheating.com.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get zero down, zero payments, and zero interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Seattle's morning news. Hear it live, stream it online, watch the show, or catch the podcast anytime on mynorthwest.com.
It's 8:49. What a day this is going to be in the city of Seattle. Just 2 hours away from a massive parade and a massive moment.
Your Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl champions. Many as 1 million people are already gathering along 4th Avenue.
Our friend G. Scott is going to be riding along with the Hawks. How cool is that as they celebrate the Super Bowl win? G's with us right now. Good morning, G.
Hey, good morning. I could not
start my day without talking to Seattle's morning news, and then after us talking, Manda kicking me out. I'm telling you right now, here at Lumen Field, you can feel the electricity. It's going. Fans right now are filling up in the stadium. Okay, down on the field, which doesn't really look like a field right now because they got all of the different, they got a couple Humvees down there, they got double-decker buses down here, and because right after the ceremony, the trophy ceremony, we will head out to those vehicles and head out to the parade. So I'll be in they got me in a Toyota Tundra, I'll be in that, riding in the parade, and then check this out. Then they had the nerve, you ain't gonna believe this. They said, oh, okay, G, you're going to be in Toyota Tundra. You're going to be in this vehicle, and you can have a microphone, and you can talk to the crowd.
Nice.
Wait, you're going to let me talk to the crowd?
Heck yeah.
Sure? I mean, come on now. So, anyways, it's pretty awesome. How you guys doing?
We're good. Have you run into any players yet? And if so, what's their mood right now?
Not yet. Players haven't gotten in here, but I'm sure they're going to be coming in here in a second because the pre-show starts at 9, right? So fans are already walking in. The pre-show will start at 9, and then it'll kind of go for like an hour, and the official start time is 10 a.m. So I'm quite sure the players will start being in their seats around 9:15, 9:30. They're right there in front, right there by the stage. Now, on my Instagram, G. Scott Sr., you guys can see I'm taking you behind the scenes. I'm giving you video and pictures and all those stuff. And I'm sure you're going to be watching the stream and listening to Seattle's Morning News. But just want to remind you guys, if you want to see the stuff, check me out.
See the stuff. Have you seen the Lombardi yet, or is it under tight security?
I haven't seen the Lombardi yet either. See, I apologize. See, I'm not doing a good job. But, a lot of things are top secret. And I'm sure there's going to be an unveiling, if you will, of the trophy. So, no, I have not seen that. But, Manda, your boy got to get a picture with that bag. I got to get it. I know I'm not going to be able to touch it, but I got to get a picture with it.
I'll be looking for the picture.
Where were you for the parade 12 years ago, and how does this compare?
Cold as hell. That's where I was. I was really cold. I was on the parade route and watching. And how does this compare? I think it compares for one of a few reasons that I have been talking about. I think that back then, I was excited, and I'm like, this team is so good. They're going to be going back again year after year. The difference today is, and I think I feel the same way that a lot of fans feel, you really appreciate it because you just recognize how hard it is for this team to get to this. So I think it's different. Obviously, I didn't have a role with the team in this way, right? Having the opportunity, I'll be getting things started off on stage and that kind of deal and introducing different folks. And so that's a little bit different, right? So it's a little bit fun, and I'm extremely grateful, for that opportunity. And then having the opportunity to ride in the parade, like that was bonus. I didn't even know I was going to get to do that. So I got my Meta glasses on. I got my phone ready. So I'm capturing every moment.
Now, I think I already saw one of the videos you posted, and you're wearing that sick jacket.
I am. And I just got a new, and I'll show you this too. I got a new Super Bowl champions big chain that I have on right now. So I just got that a few seconds ago. So yeah, Amanda, I'm ready. Matter of fact, this chain says that Manda can't kick me out.
Not on a day like today, for heaven's sakes.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what's been happening lately. I noticed, Manda, it is getting tougher and tougher for you to kick me out because I feel like you want to just stay talking to me the entire time because we have this bond with the Seahawks.
And you know what? I am so excited for you, and I'm excited that this didn't happen this way for you 12 years ago because now I know you're you're riding with the Hawks, for heaven's sakes.
I mean, like it's a dream come true.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. I'm extremely grateful. This organization, as you know, has been really good to me. The same organization that I was started to clean their cars 23 years ago. I know I'm dating myself a little bit, but 23 years ago, out there in Kirkland, Washington, by Northwest College, cleaning cars.
Well, I think I have to excuse you, but only because you have a trophy celebration to attend.
See, all right. Well,
soak it up, G. Enjoy every second.
Bye, Charlie.
Bye, G. It was great talking to you.
All right. Yeah. Tell Sully hello.
I will. Sully, hello.
Hi there, G. Hi.
Goodbye. It's time to check traffic, and we have a busy day in front of us, Sully.
Yeah, so far, right now, it's kind of ridiculous that the people that are going downtown are already there, or they're getting there some other way. Not only is it a Wednesday, right? Normal community day, but 1 million people are expected downtown. It is 35 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle.
Wow.
On northbound I-5. I mean, getting off the CD lanes is not going to be easy, but there's like nobody there. Southbound I-5, only 40 minutes out of Linwood. 50 on Linwood down to Bellevue. So I don't know where everybody is, but I think they're already downtown.
Everyone's on 4th Avenue
I'm
already.
looking at 4th Ave right now. It's already like 3 or 4 people deep in spots. So I think they got the message. By the way, if you're coming up into Soto, we do have a crash at First and Holgate, blocking a northbound lane. So that's going to cause some issues. But right now, good job. This report brought to you by Simply Seattle. Get your championship gear at Simply Seattle. Go to shop for Seahawks gear, both licensed and custom designs. Use code ESPN15 for 15% off your order. SimplySeattle.com.
Beautiful sunny day for the parade. We're headed for a high of 51. It's 42 right now.
And you can hear the Seahawks victory ceremony at 10 a.m. on the G and Ursula Show, right here on KIRO Newsradio.
Boss, a complete jerk who denied your time off request for the parade? Stuck at home with the kids because the babysitter's going to the parade? We got you.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Follow KIRO News Radio on all your social media platforms and at mynorthwest.com for all the content, sights, and sounds that'll make you feel like you're on 4th Avenue with nearly 1 million of your fellow 12s. From the home of the Super Bowl champion Seahawks, KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
A lot of businesses are looking ahead for guidance and the right partners in the new year, and the right bank can make a difference, right, Brad?
That's right, Dave. And WaFd Bank can help with business checking, express loans, lines of credit, business credit cards, and so much more. WaFd Bank is also an SBA preferred lender, so you can grow with confidence.
What about when you need help with something? In this digital age, does WaFd have an actual person available?
Absolutely. Our friendly and knowledgeable local business bankers are ready and waiting to help you with whatever your business might need. From day one, our bankers get to know you and your business to build a strong foundation for future success. This especially helps when it's time to apply for loans and to spot gaps in your business operations, so we can recommend the service that would be most helpful.
And to learn more, visit wafedbank.com or visit your local branch. Discover why they were awarded Best Bank multiple years in a row by numerous financial publications. WaFd Bank, built for business. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Loan subject to credit approval. Non-sufficient funds charges may apply.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Cold is leaking and rocks are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Olympic Hot Tub Super Smart Top Special is here. Hey, it's Ryan Roland Smith. This is your chance to save now on your new hot tub and get a free Smart Top worth $3,700. Take it from me because I have one. Smart Top is the ultimate cover for your tub. Strong, long-lasting, and ready to defend your tub against northwest weather. Super Smart Top special savings will make you feel, well, super. Details at OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Three-time Grammy winner, MacArthur Fellow, a voice the Associated Press calls a marvel. Cecile McLaurin Salvant brings jazz, blues, and fearless originality to Dimitro's Jazz Alley, February 12th through 15th. Tickets at jazzalley.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM, and HD